Finally, a beautiful day here in New York City, and it is supposed to be a gorgeous evening as a big crowd is filing into Yankee Stadium for this Friday matchup. And tonight, My Nine presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Seattle Mariners in the first of three from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with David Cohn, I'm Michael Kay. The Yankees are riding a two-game winning streak. An exhilarating 2-1 victory last night over the Baltimore Orioles. Now, you can debate whether or not Joe Girardi getting tossed out of the game meant anything, but let's take a look at how dramatic that was as well. Bottom of the ninth inning, Jason Giambi with 2 strikes. The umpire is asked by Ramon Hernandez, that hit his bat. He punches out Jason Giambi. That's Chris Guccione. Joe Girardi does not like what he sees, and then things get heated. Girardi, from the strong book of Billy Martin, throws the hat, and then of course he has to kick the hat, and by kicking dirt on the umpire today, he was suspended and he will not be managing tonight's game. The question is, David, did that spur the Yankees on?
Well, I've seen it work in the past. I mean, does it make them get hits? Does it help them score runs? Probably not. But judging by the emotional reaction after that game, I haven't seen a regular season game where Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, and most of the bench jumped off of that bench and ran and greeted Robinson Cano. I mean, that tells you something that it did pump them up a little bit.
Well, the crowd was into it for sure, and then 2 outs later, obviously, Robinson Cano came up.
Well, he did, and this is a big spot for Robinson. He gets another fastball inside outside, gets the base hit to left field in the hole. Matsui's going to come around and try to score. Jay Payton's throw is high, and Matsui comes in and is easily safe. And you watch this reaction. Robinson Cano's reaction, Alex Rodriguez to beat him, the first one there. Shelley Duncan always stirring it up. I mean, that's more of a postseason type reaction. You can see how elated those guys are, and that is right after Joe Girardi, the manager, got thrown out. As you see Derek Jeter there going right to Robinson Cano and having a word for him.
Let's take a look at tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Eric Bedard, the left-hander, goes for Seattle. He's 3-2 with a 3.24. Andy Pettitte has been struggling 3-5 with a 4.42 ERA. Why is Andy Pettitte struggling? Sometimes during the game he looks great, then he simply loses it. David Cohn will examine his former teammate, the veteran Yankee left-hander, next right here on My Nine. He started off great this season, 3-1 in his first 4 games, 2.45 ERA, allowing just 1 home run. But in his last 5, it hasn't been pretty. 0-4 with a 6.26, and he's allowed the long ball 5 times. Welcome back to Yankees baseball. That's David Cohn. I'm Michael Kay. David, the obvious question is, what's wrong with Andy Pettitte?
Well, traditionally, he's been so good at home. You know, his career numbers at Yankee Stadium are incredible. He's still looking for his first win at home. It's always been that one bad inning for the last 4 or 5 starts, kind of the hump inning where something goes wrong, a Murphy's Law inning, a hanging breaking ball, big home run ball. He's been sharp to start out the games. It's that second time through the lineup that he's had trouble with.
How about mental? You think it's getting to him mentally now, or is it a physical problem?
Well, he needs a win. You know, I talked to him earlier today in the clubhouse, and you could tell it's starting to get to him a little bit. He needs some success. He needs to win at home. His team needs him. He needs it for his own emotional well-being because Andy takes it pretty hard.
Well, the Yankees have won 2 in a row. They'd like to get on a little bit of a roll. They need Andy Pettitte to pitch well. When we come back, lineups, first pitch, baseball right here on My 9. New York Yankees baseball on My 9 is brought to you in part by Mercedes-Benz, T-Mobile, stick together, and by Mazda, always the soul of a sports car. Beautiful shot as the sun is setting here in New York City. And we're ready for baseball. The Mariners are preparing, and Andy Pettitte's taking his warm-ups. Let's take a look at the Mariners starting lineups, which are presented by Mohegan Sun, a world at play. Ichiro Suzuki, the center fielder, will lead off, batting second, and playing second, Jose Lopez. Jose Pedro, the DH, hits third. Raul Ibanez in left field cleans up, batting fifth, playing third base, Adrian Beltre. Richie Sexton, the first baseman, will bat sixth. Vladimir Valentin in right field, bats seventh. The number 8 hitter is the catcher, Jamie Burke, and Yunieski Betancourt, the shortstop, will bat ninth. Andy Pettitte is ready. Ichiro's ready. Let's do it here at the stadium. And the first pitch is a strike. Andy Pettitte, his 10th start, 3 and 5, 4.42, well more than a hit per inning. And opponents hitting .292 against him. Let's take a look at the New York Yankees pitcher scouting report, brought to you by Jeep. Have fun out there.
Decisions. Andy's got a decision in all 18 of his starts versus Seattle this year. And hump day, he's had trouble the second time through the lineup. You know, getting over that middle inning woes, 321 average after the first time through, and home cooking, looking for his first win at home this year.
Strike 3, and Ichiro down looking. He doesn't believe it. Walking away slowly. He usually does not strike out that quickly and that easily.
We see Moeller set up inside there, and Andy just kind of front door cutter. You see that little late action. Starts off off the plate, kind of moves over the inside corner. Good call, good pitch. Ichiro doesn't like it.
Just the facial expression will tell you he was not pleased. Here's Jose Lopez, and there's a strike. Last time out against the Mets, Andy Pettitte looked great for 3 innings, and then it fell apart. Grounder, and just foul. As Tim McClellan skips out of the way. New York Yankees baseball is broadcast in Spanish. It's available by hitting the SAP button on your television. SAP is brought to you by Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward. Chad Moeller with the start behind the plate. And he was kind of laughing at McClellan, and Lopez not laughing because he broke his bat. Lopez 1 hit in his last 11 at-bats. No one on the Mariners really doing that well of late. I guess you could say just Ichiro, but a lot of people right in the middle of the lineup in pretty bad slumps. and watch McClellan's fancy footwork. Too bad they just ended Dancing with the Stars. But they have another edition coming up. Chad Moeller. Count 1-2 on Lopez.
Yeah, Michael, talking to Mel Stottlemyre, the former Yankee pitching coach before the game, and he said it's been one phase of the game or another. Just total breakdown for the Mariners this year.
Andy Pettit, 2 batters, 2 strikeouts.
Well, we've seen Andy have trouble get to the outside corner against righties this year, and you see Moeller set up away, going to the back door breaking ball. Good location, it's got good tilt, gets a second strikeout in a row.
Here's Jose Vidro. And that one's popped up on the right side and out of play. Vidro does have a 5-game hitting streak, but look at his average, 208. He's a better hitter than that, has been in his career. But he's gone from the field to being a full-time DH and just not the same hitter he once was. And he's a number 3 batter in the lineup, the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Last 7 starts against Seattle, Andy Pettit 1-6 with a 4.37 ERA. Skied the other way and out of play. Now in his last 5 starts at Yankee Stadium, Andy Pettit is 0-4, and this is a guy who owns this place. So it's eating away at him. He really needs a win. The team needs a win, but he needs it for his frame of mind as well. Can he strike out the side? No, a line drive to left field. It is a base hit. It gets past Matsui and it rolls to the wall as Vidro has a double and also a 6-game hitting streak.
Well, you said it, Michael. He's just too good of a hitter. You know, he hit .314 last year for Seattle, and you see Moeller set up inside. He wants that cutter to come inside, and it just stays back out over the middle of the plate, just enough to give Vidro a chance to get the barrel of the bat to the ball, keep it fair, and he's got a double. See, Matsui's going to play it safely, go pick it up barehanded, throw it into second. No chance to get him there.
And Ibanez fouls it back. 3-game weekend series. And then the Yankees are on the Baltimore and then Minneapolis. So 3 against the Orioles and 4 against the Twins, with an off day thrown in on Thursday next week. And the 0-1. Grounded to second base, Cano right there. And Pettit works a scoreless first inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Seattle nothing, and the New York Yankees coming to bat.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Go behind the scenes with your favorite artists at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
What up, this is Big Snoop D-O-double-G, and you're watching another side of Snoop Dogg on Pepsi Smash. Hustle, 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 come on. If you play for Coach Snoop, you got to be good, real good, in school and on the field. My least favorite part would definitely be losing. And the favorite part would be seeing the kids loving football and really learning how to play it and winning and having that winning attitude.
See another side of the hottest artists around at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen, text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
7 since May 4th, inning 321. That's more his style. Chad Moeller will catch, and Melky Cabrera bats 9th and plays center field. The left-hander is Eric Bedard, making his 8th start, 3-2, 3.24. 32 hits in 41 2/3 innings. Opponents hitting .208 against him. Let's take a look at the Seattle Mariners pitchers scouting report brought to you by Empire City Gaming at Yonkers Raceway.
Well, wheel and deal. You see his delivery right here. He really closes down that delivery, almost turns his back to the target and fires it in there. And he's a strikeout artist. He had 10.93 Ks per 9 in 07. That led the league. And he's also hard to hit. 141 hits in 182 innings last year. He could strike him out, and he didn't give up a lot of hits.
Pitch outside, 2-0. And the count 2-1.
Kind of interesting to see Jeter in that leadoff hole, Michael. You know, you haven't seen him bat leadoff for a while. Kind of brings me back to the mid-late 90s.
And the 2-1. Grounded, and a great grab by Beltre. Gets to his feet and fires. Took a base hit away from Jeter. That is a nice play by the Mariner third baseman.
See Jeter try to turn on an inside fastball here. Gets the barrel to it. Two-hopper. Tough little hop there for Beltre. Scrambles to his feet. Got plenty of time. Little sidearm flick. Got Jeter by a mile.
That's not an easy hop. Here's Bobby Abreu. He worked a very important walk last night in the 9th inning that moved Matsui to second base and allowed him to score from there on Robinson Cano's single through the left side of the infield. Abreu was pinch hitting when he got that walk. Pinch hitting for Shelley Duncan.
See Bedard working with the catcher Jamie Burke, who's going to become his personal catcher. Talking to Mel Stoudemire again before the game, and they think this is the right matchup for Eric Bedard.
Now with Burke as the catcher, opponents hit 168 against Bedard. With Jojima, who's the regular catcher for Seattle, opponents hit 283 against Bedard. So I turn my eyes to you, David, and go, why is that so? I mean, Bedard throws the pitch that he wants to throw.
A lot of it has to do with signal calling, as you saw right there. Especially with men on base. You know, Bedard's not the type of guy. He's a rhythm pitcher, and a lot of times if he can't get the sign he wants, especially when he shakes off, it throws off his whole timing. And you know, with Burke, it just seems like they're on the same page.
Now you felt that way when you were here about Girardi, right?
Well, I really did. I could almost just stare in at the catcher, and he would know. I didn't have to shake my head, so he would know what sign to go to. But it becomes more important in a jam when you have runners on second base and you go through multiple signs to disguise it from the base runner. You know, when you shake off with multiple signs and you can't get it going, that's probably the most killer of timing that you can have as a pitcher.
And then after a while, does it become a mental thing?
It does become a mental thing. Then you're stepping off the mound. You're getting distracted. You can't get the sign you want. No sense of rhythm or tempo. You know, sometimes it is just psychological too. You get something going with a certain catcher and you feel good about it. And you know, a lot of managers will let you do it as long as you have success. And obviously, these two guys have had success this year so far.
And the 2-2. Strike three. Abreu down looking. Looks like Mike DeMuro at home plate has a little bit of a wide strike zone. He did the same thing in the top of the first for Pettit.
Well, you see Burke set up outside. Little bit of movement on the glove, but Bedard's got a good reputation. You see the overhead cam just a bit off the plate. You can see Burke bring his glove back in just a little bit. Generally, with that movement on the glove, you will not get the call. Definitely got the benefit of a borderline call just off the plate there.
Here's Alex Rodriguez. 4 hits in his last 11 at bats. And a strike. Now, in your long and illustrious career, you actually had 31 different catchers, but none of them caught you more times than Girardi, who caught you 85 times, including your perfect game.
I wore out some catchers, Michael. I was not easy to catch, and I like to shake off a lot, especially later in my career, and I was a nightmare for most catchers.
So who was your second favorite then after Girardi?
Well, early in my career, Gary Carter broke me in with the Mets, the Hall of Fame catcher, and at that point in my career, I didn't shake off a lot. I pretty much went with what he called, and he broke me in fairly well. And there was also a backup catcher named Barry Lyons for the Mets back then that I also kind of got some things going with early in my career.
1-2, 2-2.
Sometimes it's as subtle as the way the catcher frames your pitches or the way he sets up back there for you. It can really become a psychological game for a pitcher. Not only just calling pitches, but how you look back there, how you receive the ball.
2-2. Really working inside on A-Rod in the count 3-2. Matsui on deck. Foul tipped and held onto by Burke, and Rodriguez down on strikes. So Bedard with a strong 1-2-3 inning against the Yankees. He gets A-Rod to go down swinging. We go to the second inning. There's no score right here on My 9.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live
And on demand on MLB.tv.
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 Top of the second inning, Adrian Beltre swings and foul tips the ball against Andy Pettit. Tonight's closed captioning is brought to you by your local Lexus dealer. Beltre hitting .246 with 9 homers and 22 runs batted in, and for the money they're paying him, they're expecting a lot more than that. Although money doesn't always equate with production, that's what they gave him, and they gave him that coming off a 48 home run season with the Dodgers. It was a perfect year to have before becoming a free agent. He got a 5-year, $64 million deal, and he actually turned down more money. The Tigers reportedly offered him $90 million over 7 years. Popped up, shallow right, coming on is Abreu. He can't make the play. That'll dunk in for a base hit.
Well, Beltre's always been a free swinger. He doesn't walk a lot. He strikes out usually over 100 times a year, and Andy's trying to come in. Jam shot, just perfectly placed. Cano doesn't even break for it. Abreu's the only one with a shot. The ball just dunks in there. Abreu thinks he's got a chance there. Quick short hop. Andy doesn't believe it. Come on, get it. Come on, Bobby. Oh, I remember that feeling so well, Michael. You just want everybody to catch everything when you're out there sometimes. You lose your sanity sometimes.
Here's Richie Sexson. Glad you got it back. There's a strike. Sexton, another guy who has been a big disappointment after a big money contract signed with the Mariners. Hitting .206. He strikes out an awful lot. He's 0 for his last 22 with runners in scoring position.
See this down and in. That's almost like a slider there, Michael. That's got depth. You see Moeller get a little recoil, gets the barrel of the bat. You see Sexton come around, clunk, right on top of the head. Take that with you. That's why those catchers wear helmets now, Michael.
Good move. And the 0-2. Sexton is in the final year now of a 4-year deal, 4-year, $50 million contract, and you see what he's done in the first 3. The 2005 season, that's when he went into free agency. 06 was pretty good.
There's a lot of frustration to go around here. Richie Sexton kind of sort of exemplifies the Seattle frustration this year, as you see Andy take a shot away just off the black. Great 1-2 pitch right there.
It is hard to understand, though. The first 2 years with Seattle, 39 homers and 34, then 21 last year, and the power's just dropped off.
Well, we saw the incident earlier this year when he charged the mound after getting a pitch up and in, and threw his batting helmet at the pitcher and immediately apologized afterwards and expressed his frustration with how he was playing. And Seattle was expected to do very well this year and certainly contend for the division title out west.
3-2, and there's that strikeout that just kills the Mariners, and it's not doing much for Richie Sexton.
Andy Pettitte continues his trend. First time through the lineup as we'll go pitch to pitch here. Fastball right down Broadway, strike 1. Slider down and in, swinging strike. Takes another shot with the slider down and in. Just off the plate. Another slider trying to backdoor it. Fastball, little cut action in just below his fist. You see that big leg kick. Long swing. Definitely beat by the pitch.
Here's Ballantine. You know, they always say, David, that the guys that lose it quicker are the guys with the long swing.
Well, he generates a lot of power. He's obviously very tall. He gets a lot of leverage with his swings. He hits a lot of long home runs, but with a big leg kick and a longer type swing, you are going to be susceptible to more strikeouts, and he has been, and it continues.
And as you get older and that swing's not as quick, you're not going to get to as many balls. Sexton now has 46 strikeouts in 41 games.
I remember facing Sexton when he was with Cleveland, first came up, and Cleveland had all the talent in the world. They had Brian Giles, and they had almost more talent than they know what to do with, and they ended up trading a couple of those guys, and Sexton was one of those guys. He had a much shorter swing in Cleveland. So he made a lot more contact, and as the years have gone on and as he's gotten to Seattle, his strikeout totals have gone up and power numbers have gone down.
He's ready for anything. He's got the glove ready, set, and the pitch. Served into center field. That is another base hit. Cabrera plays it on a hop, and Beltre moves to second. So a single for Ballantine.
See Moeller setting up away, and this ball drifts kind of just towards the middle of the plate. It's down. But Ballantine's able to get the barrel of the bat on the ball because it got more the middle of the plate than Andy wanted. And a nice piece of hitting, staying right with it, right back up the middle. See that ball drift back towards the middle of the plate. It was designed to be on the outside corner. Ballantine standing very close to the plate. Stays right on it, drives it back up the box.
Here's Jamie Burke. And there's a strike. First and second with one out. And what these jams do for Andy Pettitte, they get his pitch count up. This will be his 29th pitch already. It's the second inning with just one out. Count 0-2.
He's shown a real sharp slider early on. The thing about Andy is certainly the pitch counts, although he's a veteran guy and he can run it up to 110, 120 pitches. He's not a guy you got to really worry about, but you wonder, Michael, if that's going to take the toll in the second time through the lineup. That's where he's had his problems. Before some middle inning where he's had some Murphy's Law inning.
And the 0-2. He strikes him out. That's the 4th strikeout for Pettit.
And we've seen Andy be very successful with his cutter over the years. Tonight it's the slider. This is more like a Ron Guidry down and in, back leg type slider. See the catcher Burke misses that by about a foot. Good delivery right over the top. Drives that slider down and in.
Along with David Cohn, I'm Michael Kay. You're watching Yankees baseball right here on My 9. There's no score in the second inning at Yankee Stadium. Another big crowd on hand. Here's Hideki Betancourt. And there's a strike. Betancourt likes hitting here at Yankee Stadium. He's a .326 lifetime hitter. And the other Mariner that really enjoys this place is Ichiro, .353. Popped up and out of play. Andy has gone first pitch strike to all 9 batters. But they have worked the count against him. He's got 32 pitches right now. 4 strikeouts out of 5 outs. And the 0-2. 1-2.
A nice block by Moeller there. Andy's got the confidence to go ahead and throw that slider down in the dirt. Got a veteran catcher back there you can trust.
And the 1-2. 2-2. Mariners come in at 18-30. They've lost their last 3. They've lost 10 of 15 and 16 of 21. And John McLaren, the manager, trying to figure out how to straighten this thing out. In his second year as Mariner manager. Took over when Mike Hargrove retired in the middle of the season last year. The 2-2 just missed outside. Mariners have not been a good team on the road. At Safeco, 2 games under 11-13, and on the road they're 7-17.
Betancourt's a hard guy to walk. You know, he's only got 3 walks this year.
Runners go, and there's a base hit to left field. Rounding third is Beltre. He will score. Matsui gets the ball into Jeter. It's a 2-out RBI single for Betancourt, and the Mariners take a 1-0 lead.
You see Andy just leaves the breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. As Moeller was setting up in, you can see the pitch was designed to go in and left it over the middle. Betancourt does not walk much. He's a free swinger. Just plays right into his bat speed, kind of a slider speed bat. Gets the barrel out, gets it in the hole, and that's an easy RBI. Matsui comes up, just throws it into Jeter. Well, that's the thing is Andy, you know, when he's had trouble in the middle innings, and we're seeing it a little bit early here, is he's had trouble putting away hitters. Even when he got ahead, 0-2 or 1-2, takes a couple shots with a slider in the dirt, tries a backdoor. The next thing you know, it's 3-2, and then he leaves a breaking ball in the middle.
Here's Ichiro, struck out looking in the first. How do you deal with Ichiro? There doesn't seem to be a weak spot there, David. He can reach everything. He's got an unorthodox way to approach the ball. What would be your approach?
You just try to mix it up. You know, you got an RBI situation here, so you might change your strategy, but he just has great hand-eye coordination. Seemed to get his bat on the ball just in every location. When he first came over from Japan, the book was hard in. As you see his resume right there, and the Rookie of the Year in 01, and that's when I faced him in 01, and used to try to to pound him in. And you see the 2001 AL MVP and those numbers, 350, 69 RBIs, 56 stolen bases. Great defender, great arm in the outfield. All-time hits leader, 262 hits. Doesn't walk a lot. He's in there to swing the bat.
A strike.
But, you know, the thing is he made his adjustments. We always tried to pound him in with hard stuff, and then he started to adjust to it. And he can leak. He's almost moving as he swings the bat. He gets a running start to first base. He puts the ball in play even on the ground. It's hard to get the ball over to first. He beats a lot of infield hits out.
Now, if he's leaking, which means he's kind of pulling away toward first base, wouldn't he be susceptible to an outside pitch?
That's what you would think, but he stays in there long enough, especially if he's looking out there. You see Muller's thinking the same thing, and Andy doesn't get that pitch where he wants to. Kind of leaves it up and over the middle of the plate. You see Muller's in the other batter's box. He wants it so far outside. And you see Ichiro kind of fights it off. And yes, you're right. You would think you can get away and try to pitch him away or soft stuff away, but he has such great hand-eye coordination. He can shoot that ball to left field.
That's what he's trying to do right there. Count still 1-2.
There's no one way to pitch Ichiro. You know, he makes adjustments. He's very smart in the box. If you try the same thing over and over, he will make adjustments. You think you can get him out of the way, he'll stay on that pitch even though it looks like he's leaking or stepping in the bucket. See Moeller and Andy talking there, trying to figure out what they're going to go with here. Looks like Moeller wants to try what you said, Michael, and try to take a shot down and away. This is the part where Andy kind of, you know, he's 1-2. He's had some trouble putting away the hitters. How are you going to go about finishing off hitters and not run this count deep?
1-2. I've always wondered, David, when the catcher is so far outside like that, can't the hitter feel that he's outside, even if he doesn't peek?
A lot of hitters do peek, you know, use their peripheral vision. You try to set up late.
That's not late.
See Ichiro, he hangs in there. Even though he's looking like he's ready to leak out there, he sensed right there the pitch might be away, and he was staying on it. And he also has a great eye. You know, that's the thing about Ichiro. You think he can go away, 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 but he knows the strike zone.
That one gets away from Moeller, but not far enough away. Also, if the catcher wants you to throw on the outside corner, why is he moving his whole body? Why can't he just put his glove on the outside corner? You need that target there?
A lot of times you do. It helps because a lot of pitchers will pick out part of that chest protector in order to aim, whether it's the left or right shoulder. And a lot of times, too, the umpire, if you catch the ball in the middle of your body as a catcher, you're more than likely going to get that call if you're on the outside corner.
And if you set up outside but you're sitting inside, it looks like the ball's outside.
Looks like you're reaching. It's harder to frame it.
3-2, runners go. Strike three. Ichiro down looking for the second time, and he's barking at Mike DeMuro. Does not like the call. For the Mariners, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base for the second straight inning. Ichiro shopping, window shopping.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live
And on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Game in a row, we see a managerial ejection, and it's over this call. For the second straight at bat, Ichiro was punched out on a pitch inside. They've been working him outside. It was pretty close. It was off the plate, but it was pretty close to take with 2 strikes. Matsui lines one to center field, a base hit. Well, after Ichiro argued with Mike DeMuro, the home plate ump, then the manager of the Mariners, Mike DeMuro, came out, or John McLaren came out to talk with DeMuro and really got his money's worth. And he has already been tossed at this point, and then he's barking. And Tim McClellan, the crew chief, had to come down. He's pointing that finger and just missing DeMuro's chest. If you have any contact with the ump, you are going to get suspended. That's why Joe Girardi's been suspended, because when he kicked the hat yesterday, he kicked some dirt on the umpire's shoe, Chris Guccione, and that got him suspended for today. Here's Jason Giambi outside 1-0, and maybe McLaren trying to fire up his team because the Mariners have not been playing good baseball, and they are floundering at 18-30. And as David said, many people thought that they were going to contend this year.
Well, John McLaren's a fiery guy. You know, I played against him in the minor leagues back in the 80s, and he's been in baseball for a long time. And they can't quite put their finger on what's going wrong with this team, Michael. It's been the starting pitching the last few days, which is the strength of their team. And they don't hit, and they don't pitch together. They can't get in sync. They've had some defensive lapses. They don't walk a lot as a team. Their on-base percentage for a lot of their starters is fairly low. And, you know, it's been tough for them to put their finger on. They can't sustain any consistency at all so far. And you can sense that it's a time for a manager to get thrown out of the game. Now is it.
Count 3-1. Jim Riggleman is the bench coach, so you assume he takes over. Sam Perlazzo is also on that bench, but Riggleman has that managerial look right now. And Giambi wasn't certain if it was a walk, and he finally finds out it is. First and second with nobody out, as Mel Stoudemire is saying, well, you look like you called that a strike.
We're going to see a little flinch here. The ball's down and away, and it looks like he's starting to raise that right arm a little bit, and then goes and grabs his mask. And, you know, umpires are allowed to be human too, but you can see the Mel Stoudemire's there. They saw the flinch. Looked like he raised his right arm and started to call it a strike. But they're going to be heated up right now. And they got Ichiro rung up, and Ichiro's got a good eye at home plate.
And you wonder if that affects the ump. If he starts to get the yips. Pitch to Shelley Duncan. It's hard to, I got to be honest, it's hard to tell if Mike DeMuro is calling a strike because we're right behind home plate. Most umpires will raise the arm and point it toward first base, and he looks like he's punching out toward the pitcher, so we really can't tell all the time, so we're a little slow on the call. I think he's confusing some of the players as well. The 0-1. Deep drive, left field, back of Banez, looking up. See ya! A 3-run home run for Shelley Duncan, and the Yankees take a 3-1 lead.
Well, you can kind of sense manager Joe Girardi's trying to get Shelley Duncan some at-bats. You know, he got sent down earlier this year. He hasn't had any consistent playing time in the big league. Such a burst of energy he brought last year. This is a big home run for him. It's a breaking ball down and in. He stays on it. He knows he got it. The only question is whether it stays fair or foul. See Bedard there with that breaking ball, trying to go backdoor with it. Left it out over the plate. Shelley Duncan stays on it, keeps it fair.
Now that's the 8th home run that Bedard has allowed this year. 6 of them solo. That's a 3-run shot, and the captain and the third baseman like what they see. And Duncan likes it as well. That's his first home run of the year, his first bash.
Duncan had a great spring. People were talking about him getting more at-bats and maybe even taking some away from Jason Giambi.
Robinson Cano drives one to left field, and Ibanez there, and he'll put it away for the first out. First home run since September 29th of last year for Duncan. That's a span of 48 at-bats. And he's on this team to provide power from the right side. The Yankees have struggled against left-handed pitching.
And that's always the confirmation. Kevin Long, the hitting coach there. Well, hitters always want to talk about it after they hit a home run. This is what I saw. This is what I did. See Jorge Posada there. Shelly Duncan's a fiery guy anyway. That's validation. That early BP worked today.
There's Chad Moeller. Now, the Yankees have won 2 straight games against lefty starters, and this is part of the celebration between Duncan and Damon. And Duncan certainly wears his emotions on his sleeve. Clearly pumped up. Anyway, they've won 2 straight games against lefty starters, the final 2 games of the Orioles series. With Alex Rodriguez on the DL, they were 1-7 against lefty starters. So it just brings a different dynamic, lengthens the lineup. Pitchers have to concentrate more on him. And Joe Girardi has said that sometimes it actually becomes contagious. Even if A-Rod's not hitting, it gives the other people a little bit of a different feel.
Well, it really does. You know, the hitters around A-Rod will see different pitches. Directly in front of him will get more fastballs. Guys behind them, if A-Rod gets walked, they're going to get better pitches to hit.
And the 1-2. Moeller hits a hot shot to short. Betancourt. And there's 2 away. Tonight's Yankee Stadium moment is sponsored by Mercedes. 46 years ago today, rookie Joe Pepitone hit not 1, but 2 home runs in a 9-run 8th inning against the Kansas City Athletics, aiding the Bombers to a 13-7 victory. Your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer is on the web at searchmercedes.com.
Those were the pre-blow dryer days, weren't they? Joe had the short hair there.
Joe's a great guy.
He's an amazing character.
He really is a good guy.
Long credited for the first major league player to bring a hair dryer into a major league clubhouse and blow dry his hair.
And now there's about 25 of them in there. 1 for each player. And the count 0-2 to Cabrera. Melky is in a little bit of a slide right now. 1 for his last 15. Average down to 248. And he has specifically struggled from the right side. So the Yankees have faced so many lefties. And if you're going to struggle from the right side, your average is going to dip, and that's what's happened.
Well, Melky showed a burst of power earlier this year. Hit a couple home runs right-handed early in the year. Had people thinking that maybe his power numbers would be up this year.
He's hitting 204 from the right side, 273 from the left side. A little odd on a nice night like this. They're allowing Bedard to blow on his hand on the mound. Certainly not cold weather by any stretch of the imagination. 65 degrees first pitch temperature. Popped up, shallow left. Ibanez is there, and he'll make the play for the final out of the inning. But the Yankees take the lead. A single by Matsui, a walk by Giambi, and then a 3-run home run off the bat of Shelly Duncan. His first of the year. We go to the 3rd. Yankees 3, Mariners 1. Smiles all around.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Ice cream, does it get better than that? As we go to the third inning. Oh yeah, he is locked in.
Young Paul O'Neill right there.
That's why he's eating. Ground ball at third. And Jose Lopez is out. One away. Hey, it's time for the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Colonial Williamsburg and its live adventure, Revolutionary City. Get your tickets today. Red Hot Texas leading Cleveland 4-2 top of the second. Baltimore and Tampa Bay scoreless bottom of the third. Toronto 2, Kansas City 1 top third. And Boston on a West Coast trip at Oakland. That starts at 10:05. Pitch to Jose Vidro. There's a strike. Let's look at some National League scores. Cubs lead the Pirates 4-0 top of the third. San Francisco 2, Florida 1 bottom of the second. Arizona 5, Atlanta 0 top first. And the Mets at Colorado starts at 9:05. Mets just got swept by the Atlanta Braves. 4 straight games at Turner Field. That's lined in the right center field. It is a base hit. Cutting over is Melky Cabrera. Cuts the ball off in the gap. And Vidro, who has been struggling, is 2 for 2.
Oh, Vidro's a good hitter. You see Muller set up in, and the ball's out over the middle once again. Andy misses his location. Vidro does again. Right back up the middle. He's 2 for 2. Similar type hits, similar type pitches. Throw it down the middle. You hit it right back up the box. Melky gets over, cuts it off.
Yankees lead 3-1 on the Sim scoreboard in the top of the third. Here's Raul Ibanez, grounded to second. That was in the first. Count 1-0.
See, Ibanez has been the one consistent offensive force for Seattle this year. Decent power numbers.
Now, Andy Pettitte has been very successful this year against lefties. David detailed this earlier. Coming into the game, lefties hitting 180 against him, righties 338. Completely flip-flop from what it used to be. I mean, when he was one of the Yankee aces, the mid-90s, late 90s, he owned righties with that cutter. And that would tell you that the cutter's not what it used to be.
He's had trouble commanding the cutter and throwing it for strikes, and that's what's caused him to get deep into the counts a lot. Falling behind, and he's tried to command the outside corner to righties much better over his last few starts, trying to get there with backdoor cutters, 2-seamers and changeups, and we've seen him struggle with that. His 2-seamers and changeups have kind of been cutting. You've seen that right there. That's the same pitch that Ichiro got rung up on twice right there. A little front door 4-seam cutter action. See Muller set up in, a little late movement right over the inside corner. DeMuro's calling it for him tonight.
38 strikes, 16 balls, so Andy is around the plate. The 2-2. Tries to pull an outside pitch, a soft ground ball at Cano. He makes one play, he gets it at first as Vidro will advance to second. Hey, it's time for tonight's Smile of the Game, brought to you by McDonald's. Nice smile. They should be taking pictures of her. So they were 2-way, and that'll bring up Adrian Beltre. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the aforementioned New York Yankees. Beltre with a bloop single right field in the second inning. And there's a strike.
Mentioned before, Beltre's traditionally kind of a free swinger.
And he free swings that one deep to left field and over the head of Matsui and up against the wall. That's going to score Bedro, and Beltre picks himself an RBI double. And the Mariners close to within 3-2. Beltre's 2 for 2.
See Andy trying to throw a changeup there, and that's been his bugaboo, Michael. It kind of cuts back over the middle of the plate. It's definitely off speed. Beltre's all over it. It just kind of speeds up his bat. He gets the barrel to it, hits a line shot right over Matsui's head. Matsui, yeah, that's the toughest ball for an outfielder, is that line drive right at you. Ball kind of carrying to left, the wind's blowing out a little bit.
Richie Sexson with a big cut and a foul ball.
You can see that Andy there with Beltre was trying to expand the zone. He's trying to throw that changeup down and away off the plate, and that's the pitch he's had trouble with against right-handed batters. He tries to turn over that changeup and get it to move away from a right-handed batter, and it kind of acts like his cutter and drifts back over the middle.
The Yankees lead 3-2, top of the third inning. Runner goes from second, and there's a ground ball to short. Jeter with a throw to Duncan, and that'll do it. But the Mariners inch closer. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Yankees 3, Seattle 2.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
All my games are live
And on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
The third inning on the Sim scoreboard, Yankees lead 3-2. And Derek Jeter leads off against Eric Bedard. Mariners with a big trade with the Orioles right before the season began. Orioles just figured, hey, we're not winning this year anyway. We're not going to be able to sign this guy to a long-term deal. Let's get some young talent, and they did. Adam Jones, their center fielder. George Sherrill, who's done a great job as their closer. A couple of other youngsters. And Bedard here with the Mariners. But the Mariners went out and got Bedard because they thought their starting rotation was going to be a strength. Well, there haven't been many strengths because they're 18-30. And the Yankees hosted the Mariners here 3 weeks ago, and since the Mariners left, they're 5-14. In fact, This is the only time in the history of the Seattle franchise that they have visited New York twice in one calendar month. Now, obviously, in the postseason they did, where they'd come back to play, game 6 and 7 in a best-of-7 series, but never in the regular season before. Very, very odd scheduling that they visit so close to each other. The 1-2. Driven out to right field. Valentine. One away.
And Michael, they got to come back and play the Mets too in interleague play. So they've probably got 5 or 6 East Coast trips this year where they're jumping time zones from the West Coast. And Seattle's might be the toughest city for travel in terms of bouncing around and interleague play. And now they're playing as I said, the Mets in the National League East this year. And twice in a month to New York, and then you're back again in a couple more weeks to play the Mets. And talk about tough travel schedules this year for the Yankees early. Seattle's had as tough as it comes.
There's Bobby Abreu. Grounded to second. Well, Seattle knows going into every season the closest trip that it makes is to Oakland. That's 2.5 hours. So they're way up there for you kids that are watching in the top left of your United States map, and not even close to anything. Here's Alex Rodriguez.
We talked about the Bedard trade, showed the 5-player deal that Andy McPhail pulled off for Baltimore, and Peter Angelos almost nixed the deal, the owner of the Orioles. And Bedard's pitched well for Seattle. He's only had 1 bad start this year for them. He's really done his job.
Soft ground ball to second. That'll be an easy 1-2-3 inning for Bedard. He retires the Yankees in order, and he does it on just 6 pitches. We go to the 4th inning. Yankees 3, Mariners 2.
On live sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan live sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Go behind the scenes with your favorite artists at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
What up, this is Big Snoop Deal Double G, and you're watching another side of Snoop Dogg on Pepsi Smash. Hustle, 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 come on. If you play for Coach Snoop, you got to be good, real good, in school and on the field. My least favorite part would definitely be losing. And the favorite part would be seeing the kids loving football and really learning how to play it and winning and having that winning attitude.
See another side of the hottest artists around at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen, text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Welcome to the new and improved MLB.
At the stadium, the Yankees leading the Mariners 3-2. This is the bugaboo inning for Andy Pettitte. The last couple of starts, the 4th inning. Let's see if he can navigate through. Count 0-1 on the foul ball. Now, do you think that he's getting fatigued this inning, or do you now think it's become a mental thing?
Well, it's a little different trend going on so far in this game. Usually he's really sharp and throwing up goose eggs early, and then gives up a crooked number somewhere along the 4th inning. A little different trend so far. He's already given up a couple of runs in the 2nd and 3rd inning. He's actually been pretty sharp. Just a couple of mistakes here and there. That's kind of the way it's been for him.
And he blows it right by Valentine for the first out of the 4th. Hey, it's time for the Dodge trivia question. Dodge grab life. Alex Rodriguez made his major league debut in 1994 with the Mariners. Which team did he face? Alex has played for 3 teams in his career: Seattle, Texas, and the Yankees. And when all is said and done, barring an unforeseen trade, he will have spent 14 years with the Yankees, 6 with Seattle, and 3 with Texas. Count 1-1.
I remember facing A-Rod that year. I was with the Royals in 1994. He was a young shortstop. Came up. Had a lot of potential, a lot of power. I remember trying to throw him a fastball in. He hit it in the upper deck in Seattle, just foul.
Ground ball to Jeter. Low throw and a nice scoop on the backhand by Duncan. 2 away.
Derek Jeter, plenty of time, stays down on it. Kind of that sidearm throws, got some movement, got some sink on it. Shelly Duncan does a good job of coming and getting that ball. You see that ball stays down. Jeter takes a peek at the runner. Kind of a little sidearm fling a la Cal Ripken, and that ball moves. That's got a little sink on it. And Duncan stays on the bag.
Oh, 0-1 now on Betancourt. Andy standing on the rubber, ready to roll. 1-1. Mariners have pounded out 6 hits against Andy. Yankees have just 2 hits against Bedard, but one of the 2, a 3-run home run off the bat of Shelly Duncan. And that's why they lead 3-2. The 1-1. Driven to right field. Abreu got a late jump, but he gets there, and a nice, easy, clean 9-pitch inning for Andy Pettitte. The 4th inning has been a problem for him. Not tonight, as he retires Seattle in order. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 3-2 Yanks.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Good evening, citizens of baseball. The baseball youth movement, or U-Move, has gained significant momentum with the emergence of stars so young they barely recall Star Wars, The Return of the Jedi. There is no avoiding this brave new world. We can only embrace it by watching the 2008 Major League Baseball Draft. Watch the entire draft on MLB.com. Good night, and good baseball.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
The answer to the Dodge trivia question. A-Rod made his major league debut in '94 with the Mariners. Which team did he face? After the pitch, we'll find out. And Matsui takes pitch inside. Well, which team did he face? It was the Boston Red Sox. July 8th of 1994. And we actually have a little tape of that to see young teenager A-Rod in the big leagues. 1-0. Matsui's locked in. He lines a single to center field. And here is young A-Rod, so much in front of him. He gets an infield single on this one. Didn't hit the ball very hard. And then he gets his first stolen base. And a big 19-year-old grin to top things off. Here's Giambi. Line drive, broken bat, foul ball. Now, I know they tell kids in school, dream big. I wonder if he ever dreamed that big back then. I mean, he always had his eye on the prize. And I think he thought he was going to be a real good major leaguer, but did he ever think if this would happen?
I'm not sure that he would say that, but I know some scouts who scouted him thought he was one of the best players they've ever seen. Certainly the #1 pick in the nation right out of high school. He was highly touted coming out of high school down in Miami.
Well, that's 524 home runs later. He's doing okay.
It'd be hard to project that. You're right. To be on pace to maybe be the guy that's going to be the all-time home run king. Certainly still young enough and on pace.
Can you imagine, David, if he falls 1 home run short of Barry Bonds? He's going to remember the one that hit that yellow stairwell out there and the umpire called it a double. Or if he has 799.
Yankees don't wait around. They made a change the next night right there. You see the fence and
missed outside.
Notice the bottom of the foul pole still black, though, from Delgado's home run down the left field line and right field line. They haven't changed that one. That was Delgado's home run.
You on board with the instant replay?
Well, you know, I understand about setting precedents, and you don't want to get too invasive with it, but fair or foul call seems to be an easy way to start with it.
Driven the other way, this could be trouble. This is trouble. It bounds in there and up against the wall. Matsui's at third. Meacham holds him up. A double for Giambi, and the Yankees are set up. Second and third, and nobody out.
Well, Michael, you've been talking about Giambi playing against the shift. Is he going to go the other way? Yeah, there's a fastball down and away. Great extension. Head down, drives that ball the other way. That's the type of hitting we've been looking for from Giambi, and that's what he tried to do all spring training. Working with hitting coach Kevin Long, driving the ball the other way. Easy double in the gap with nobody out. The call was right, made by Bobby Meacham at third base. Hold Matsui. Now you got second and third, nobody out. See Giambi right on the dish. Stays on that ball. Drives it the other way.
He's been getting hot. That's why that mustache continues to come in. Might be a bad offshoot of the whole deal. Here's Duncan. They play the infield back, ground ball to second, or short will score a run. And Duncan fouls it back. In the second inning, he went yard. Breaking ball, and he's been missing that pitch. But this one he drives for a 3-run home run. And those 3 runs still holding up as the Yankees up by 1. And the pitch. Popped up, sky high. You do not want to run on Ichiro. Matsui will not. The throw comes into Sexton. So Duncan does not get a run in. 1 away. It's a tough game. You hit a 3-run home run, then you make out this time, and the emotions are at rock bottom.
Bedard's got that kind of stuff. Even though you're second and third, nobody out. He's a strikeout pitcher. He's hard to hit. He can jam you. He can get a pop up. He's the type of pitcher that can work his way out of jams.
Infield still back for Robinson Cano. He got the game-winning hit last night in the bottom of the 9th inning through the left side. That one's fouled back. Inside out's the ball. Jay Payton comes up throwing. Matsui, aggressive base running, scores, and the Yankees win 2-1, and they celebrate in a big way. Cano's had such a miserable season. Finally something to celebrate. And the 0-1. That one is served into left field for a base hit. Matsui scores. Here comes Giambi. He'll score. It's a 2-run double for Robinson Cano. And the Yankees lead 5-2.
You know, Michael, we've seen Cano get pounded in this year continually, and here he kind of fights it off. Not hit real hard, barely makes the outfield grass, almost checks up but doesn't even make it to Ibanez. See Cano just fight that pitch up down towards the label. Well placed. Well, if you're Bedard, you just made a good pitch and you got 2 runs in. But we've seen Cano struggle. Most American League pitchers have pounded him in continually throughout the first half. Bedard continues to try to do so. Cano probably breaks his bat, but just gets it elevated enough to get it over third base. You see Burke setting up and in, and Cano was almost fooled by it. He got jammed so hard he almost got stuck in the box. You'll take it. That's 2 RBIs right there.
Mel Stoudemire goes out and talks with Bedard. Cano has now had at least 1 ribby in 3 straight games. Here's Chad Moeller. Now, if you watch that replay one more time, you'll see Adrian Beltre thought about throwing his glove at the ball. He felt so helpless, but you cannot throw a piece of equipment at the ball. See, he takes the glove off and watches it sail over his head.
That showed you how softly the ball was hit. He had time to do that. It was a real jam shot. But it also shows you the Cano starting to come out of it, to be able to fight off those pitches in and get it elevated enough to get it over the infield. You can see how deep in the kitchen that is. That's way down, almost below the trademark. He almost lost it coming out of the box. He's surprised that he got a hit out of that.
The 0-2. And Moeller swings and misses for the second out. And that's going to bring up Melky Cabrera.
I guess I'm a little biased, Michael, you know, as far as the pitcher goes. And there's Bedard's patented slider. He's almost got like a 12-4 type slider if you're looking at a clock. He gets side-to-side and downward movement on his breaking pitches. Very effective. But, you know, I'm just like a pitcher, Michael, right? Jam shot. Can't believe you got a hit out of that. For a hitter, that's good hitting by Cano. He's been getting jammed all year. He's staying back on the ball.
That's why you and O'Neill are such a good match, because he'll think the complete opposite.
He would. We'd be all over each other on that one. That, you know, I could.
He doesn't think it evens out.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I could empathize with a pitcher that you make a good pitch, you throw it where you tried to throw it, and you get 2 RBIs on that hit.
Fly ball to right field. Ballantine will put it away for the final out of the 4th. But the Yankees get 2 runs on 3 hits. And the 3rd hit, the softest one, he just dunks it into left field. 2-run score. Yankees lead 5-2 as we go to the 5th.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times. Willie Mays, September 22nd, 1969, 600. Babe Ruth, August 21st, 1931, 600. Hank Aaron, April 27th, 1971, 600.
Ken Griffey Jr., keep watching.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. Every fan's dream is a front row seat. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me and feeling that love, because that's what I love to give, is 150% of my energy and sharing what I love to do so passionately.
Experience Nissan live sets with artists like Christina Aguilera, Incubus, Beck, and more. Only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan live sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan live sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. Every fan's dream is a front row.
Here at Yankee Stadium, Yankees have a 5-2 lead. Ichiro leads off and scoops the ball the other way, and it's a foul ball.
Go pitch for pitch last time. See Andy, fastball in, just misses. Fastball in, swinging strike. Breaking ball right there, strike two. Another fastball in, beats him. Tries to stay in there, tries to go away with the slider. Another slider away in the dirt. Goes with the front door cutter and gets the call, and Ichiro does not like it.
Not going to like this either. Ground ball to second, and they have to hurry it because he's so fast. And that's why he could pick up 262 hits in a season, because he picks up some hits that some people can't even dream of. Take a look at the Honda scoreboard, where the Yankees are leading 5-2, 5-5-0. Mariners 2-6-0. And the pitch to Lopez is a strike. Fouled away. And the count 0-2. And Pettit deals. Outside. Yankees have won 2 straight. One with Darryl Rasner on the mound. The other one yesterday with Ian Kennedy on the mound. And now they have their big 3 going. Pettit, Messina, and Chien-Ming Wang. So maybe they can get off on a little bit of a run, which is what they've been trying to do. They come into this game at 22-25. Chien-Ming Wang and Mike Messina flip-flop starting assignments to give Wang's calf muscle another day. Hot shot through the left side for a base hit. 1 on, 1 out. Hey, this weekend, turn to the YES Network for the rest of this series with the Mariners. Now, coverage starts tomorrow at noon with batting practice today. Then Sunday, the day begins with the Yankees on deck at 11:30. Then complete game coverage starting at noon, followed by an all-new Joe Girardi show after the postgame. Mariners against the Yankees this weekend, and it's only on YES. So 1 on, 1 out. Here's Vidro. And Pettit has been unable to solve Vidro. Vidro is 2 for 2 with a run scored, a single and a double. Andy has thrown 18 of 21 first pitch strikes. Count 1-1.
That's a great number there, 18 of 21. What we've seen, though, Michael, with Andy over the last several starts is his inability to finish the hitters, kind of run the count deep. Saw it with Lopez there, 0-2 to 2-2, and then gives up the hit. A little unsure how he's going to finish, especially right-handed hitters that he's dominated throughout his career and had trouble with this year. Take a couple shots away, then go back inside. And sometimes that's what gets your pitch count up more than anything, is even though you get ahead and first pitch strikes, you have trouble finishing the hitters.
Count 2-2. Yankees lead. And the 2-2. Foul tip held on to by Moeller, and he retires Vidro on the strikeout.
Here's the type of finish pitch he's looking for. 2-2. You see Moeller set up inside. See that late movement. It looks like it's on the inside corner the whole way. It just dives down and in right at the plate. That's the effectiveness of that off-center four-seam cut fastball. It moves so late. Looks like a fastball. Looks like it's going to be on the inside corner. At the last minute, it's gone.
Here's Ibanez. Now the Yankees, the last 2 games, have actually gotten decent length out of their starters. Rasner 7 innings. Yesterday, Kennedy 6. And they needed that because the previous game, Mike Messina pitched 2/3 of an inning. So the bullpen had to give them 8 1/3. And Andy would like to give them at least 6 this game. When you know that your bullpen needs a rest, David, do you pitch differently as a starter?
Well, you do. You have the mindset going in that you're going to be aggressive and you've got to get deep into the games. And sometimes you get into trouble and you get into jams, and the best laid plans go right out the window. But for the most part, you definitely go into that game thinking, I'm going to go deep into this game. I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Do you pitch differently where, listen, I'm not going to go for strikeouts, let them hit the ball, let them make contact, and let my fielders do the work so I keep my pitch count lower?
I think you come in with the mindset early that you're going to really establish your fastball in good spots, and you're going to have, if there's one pitch you're going to command, it's going to be that fastball, and you're going to throw quality strikes with it.
Count 1-2.
If it were that easy, we'd do it every start, obviously. Sometimes you think about it. As you see, Andy's had a real good front door cutter there. That one almost ended up over the middle. But Ibanez was fooled by that pitch.
Explain a front door cutter.
Well, a front door cutter, we've talked a lot about Andy Pettit's cut fastball in on righties, but, if this were a right-handed batter, we'd call it a backdoor cutter, but it's a left-handed batter, and it starts inside off the plate and moves very late and runs to the inside corner. It's become a popular pitch over the last several years in front door cut type fastballs.
1-2. Swing and a foul tip. Now, Mariano then would throw a front door cutter to right-handed batters.
To a right-handed batter, and that's the pitch that's helped him evolve over the last several years as well. See Andy's delivery here. There's a down and away slider that Ibanez barely gets a piece of to stay alive. But in and out, that's the thing that Andy's been missing, being able to command both sides of the plate.
And the 1-2. Ibanez dramatically spins out of the way. Count 2-2.
Takes another shot with this front door cutter. As you see, that pitch starts inside, tries to run back towards the inside corner. Ibanez pushed off the plate by that pitch.
And the pitch. He struck him out. Andy Pettit rings up strikeout number 7 and works out of the 5th inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. At the end of 4 1/2, we're halfway through. Yankees 5, Seattle 2.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan live sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Derek Jeter leads off the bottom of the 5th inning. Yankees lead 5-2. Eric Bedard still on the mound. And the pitch is a strike. Jeter could not hold up. The Honda scoreboard 5-5-0 Yanks, 2-7-0 for Seattle. Now, late in your career, David, you occasionally would show number 36 to the batter. You would turn the bat. Is that just kind of throw him off a little bit? Because Bedard does it all the time.
He does, and I love that delivery. I think it really hides the ball. It adds an element of deception to his delivery. It also allows you to get a little bit more on your pitches. It allows you time to get your arm on top for the breaking ball. And if you're a hitter here, you see Bedard, you can see his whole back. And he really wheels and deals, kind of a wheeling, dealing type delivery. And I like it. I think it's been part of his success. He's got a good feel for it and good tempo with it.
Now, older viewers will remember Louis Tion. He did it all the time. He would kind of hang there, too. He would turn his back and hang there.
See him look down. That's a full turn. And he really comes out of that and glides out of that delivery once he closes off and really wings it in there.
Did that get Jeter? It hit something. Let's see. It got him. He gets hit a lot. So he'll take first.
See, trying to come inside with a fastball, gets him right on the big toe, the front foot. He's got that shin guard on. That didn't help him there. Looks like this is right off the shoe. Well, it might have got a little shin guard there, but looks like the top of the foot. See, Jeter strides into the ball. He's always been kind of a diving type hitter. Bedard can't believe it. He's not trying to do that. You don't want to put the leadoff guy on.
And the pitch to Abreu is a strike. Now, you didn't do the back turn all the time. You used it more or less as a change of pace, right?
I did, or when I'd want to drop down and change arm angles and maybe throw a slider on a right-handed batter.
Is that Laredo?
Laredo. I think it helps. It gives your arm time to get back up on top of the ball, especially on breaking pitches. When you close off your delivery like that. Allows you to get a little more on your pitches, too. I mean, Bedard's not a big guy. Certainly not throwing the ball 98 miles an hour out there, but he relies on movement and a great breaking ball. Throws his fastball to both sides of the plate, but he's very deceptive. He's a lot quicker than it seems, even though he's not lighting up the radar guns. An 88 to 90, maybe 92 tonight. That delivery gives him an element of deception.
He's been trouble for the Yankees since 2006, 3-1, 1.58 ERA. But they've already put a 5 spot on the board against him tonight. We're only in the bottom of the 5th inning. Yankee Stadium lifetime 1-2, 3.05. 11 starts against the Yankees lifetime, 4-4, 3.32. You see 65 pitches for him so far. Jeter goes, and a perfectly executed hit and run as Jeter will move to third. Betancourt was moving to second to cover, and Abreu perfectly put it in the vacated hole.
You're right, Michael. This is how you draw it up. Abreu stays right on it. Bedard gets that ball up and out over the plate a little bit. And you can see Betancourt covering. He vacated the hole. Abreu shoots it right through the shortstop gap. Jeter's on the move. Easy first and third situation right now with nobody out. Now that's a situation there. As you see Jeter, he waits until the pitch is delivered before he breaks. That's a classic hit and run. And Abreu does a great job of going with that pitch the other way.
RBI opportunity now for A-Rod. He's been shut down so far, 0 for 2. A strikeout and a grounder to second. Count 1-0. Boy, moving the runners gives the Yankees runners on the corners, nobody out. Otherwise, it would be nobody on and 2 outs. That's a double play. But if the runner does a move, maybe Abreu doesn't hit the ball right there. That's just the fallacy of the predetermined outcome. The 1-0. Now Joe Girardi is watching this game, so we have to be on We'll give our best performance, David. He's watching this game on the TV because he is not managing tonight. He was suspended by Major League Baseball for getting thrown out yesterday and kicking dirt on the umpire. So Robbie Thompson really calling the shots in the dugout. I'm sure he knows exactly what Joe wants to do pitching-wise. Robbie's the bench coach for Girardi. The 2-0. And the count 3-0. So Bedard really working himself into a jam as the Mariner bullpen gets busy.
You know, and sometimes Abreu's got such a good eye, and he takes a lot of pitches that, you know, managers, and certainly Robbie Thompson probably wanted to do that. You have to make Abreu swing the bat early in the count. And to put on a hit and run, you got to swing the bat. And sometimes that works. We've heard Paul O'Neill talk about that. And Joe Torre used to do that with him.
Turned him loose on 3-0. Jeter is hung up. And he's in a rundown. And now that's going to allow Abreu to go to third. Jeter did that beautifully, and the Mariners didn't do it so well because Jeter got hung up long enough to have the Yankees have runners on second and third.
Nothing lost here. This was a terrific base running play by Derek Jeter. Kind of breaks, gets himself hung up. Now here's the play right here. You can see Jeter already signaling, telling the base runners, let's go, I got it, I got it. Right here is the key play. As soon as Burke gave up the ball, Jeter's going to outrun him. And now you've got second, third, and nothing is lost on this deal. Jeter knows exactly what he's doing right here. He's already signaling to Abreu at second base. I got it, I got it. And the minute Burke gives up that ball, he knows he's going to get back to home and give the runners enough time to catch up.
Seattle has to bring the infield in now for Matsui, who's 2 for 2. Don't you think, David, that the mistake was made by Burke? He has to run him back to third.
Well, I think so. I think Jeter just kind of broke right there, and I think Burke's got to chase him back a little further. He's got him right there, and he gave it up a little quickly, and that allowed Jeter to use his speed and outrun Beltre, the third baseman, and give Abreu time to get to third and A-Rod time to get to second.
And the 0-1. Lined into center field. It is a base hit. Abreu scores. Here comes A-Rod. He scores. It's a 2-run single for Matsui. And the Yankees lead 7-2. How about the read by Alex Rodriguez?
Tremendous base running by A-Rod right there. He saw it the whole way. Ichiro in center field was almost trying to deke him a little bit, almost fake like he was going to catch that ball. See Matsui here. Full swing. Fastball right down the middle. Kind of fights it off a little bit off the end of the bat, though. Almost pulls off that pitch. Gets a little kind of a slicing base hit. A-Rod is already halfway to home by the time Ichiro's firing. But as you said, Michael, a great read by A-Rod. He never hesitated. The minute he saw the ball off the bat, he read it. He could tell that Matsui got that a little off the end and it wasn't going to carry that far, and he took off.
There's Giambi. And also, he almost was at third when Abreu was tagging up. Now they both decide to go. And you'll see before each pitch in that situation, most base runners will turn around and look at where the outfielders are. And he also had to read the bat and the ball. As David said, it was off the end of the bat, so he knew it wouldn't travel out to Ichiro. There's a base hit for Giambi, swinging a very good bat. He is 2 for 2 with a walk as Matsui stops at second.
And that one's got to feel good for Jason as we see Mel Stottlemyre, former great Yankee pitcher, but he beats the shift. One of the first times all year we've seen him pull a sharp ball and beat the shift. And that ball's hit well. He jumps all over that fastball.
Now, this is the most earned runs Bedard has given up since he gave up 8 earned runs against Seattle on May 22nd of 06. His night's over. The 2 runners, his responsibility.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Baseball on My 9 is brought to you in part by Acura. Acura Advance. The New York Lottery. Hey, you never know. And by your local Nissan dealer. Somebody's traveling very, very fast on the Triborough, looking into Manhattan. Great shot of the greatest city in the world. And here in the Bronx, well, the Mariners make the call to the bullpen, brought to you by Verizon Fios, the most amazing TV picture and the fastest internet, period. Eric Bedard, really one of the better pitchers in baseball, has a little bit of a rocky outing. He turns it over to Sean Green. You see Green's numbers. This will be his 26th game. Probably a bit too many walks, but less than a hit per inning. A 2.52 ERA. So they bring in the righty Green to face Duncan. Big breaking ball, and Duncan even said, "I have to see the ball." He was far away from that one. Now, if you're a pitcher, do you throw it again a little farther outside?
I think you got to try that pitch again. That one looked pretty good.
He did.
You know, Duncan's a notorious first pitch fastball hitter. He's sitting dead red right here on the first pitch as we get a look at it again, and he misses this ball by 8 feet, Michael.
Wow.
But I tell you what, if he threw a fastball there, he probably would have put a good swing on it.
And the count 1-2. First and second, one out. Yankees lead by 5, 7-2. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Matsui at second. Giambi is at first. Shelley Duncan at the plate. And the 1-2. Strike 3. Duncan down looking. My 9 wants your thought. Do you agree with the transition that is underway to make Jabba Chamberlain a starter? Just go to my9ny.com and click on the fan blog icon to post your entry now. Brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. All right, you don't have the fan blog in front of you. Do you agree with the transition?
Well, you could always put it back in the bullpen if it doesn't work.
That's true. You can go that way. You can't go the other way if you commit to the bullpen. Cano, base hits to left field. Matsui rounds third. Here he comes. The throw from Ibanez. Not in time. Nice slide by Matsui, and the Yankees lead 8-2. Carbon copy at the end of the game.
We've seen Cano start to get it going. This ball he hits hard right through the gap, stays on it. Ibanez comes up throwing. Well, Bobby Meacham's been aggressive this year with his calls at third, and a nice slide. Slides away from the plate, goes in with his left hand. See, Ibanez has got a good arm too. 2 hops right to Burke. Gets his hand in under the tag. Good slide. Good base running all around by the Yankees this game. As you see Matsui coming in, sliding away. Very close. But the right idea by Matsui. Slide away from the catcher. Sneak your hand back in there.
Count 0-1 on Chad Moeller.
Matsui going all the way. Bobby Meacham sending him. Veers off. Sticks his hand back in there.
Good call. That's how the game ended last night. It was a high throw last night, though. Same combination of Matsui coming from second and Cano with a base hit to left. Moeller's 0 for 2 tonight, grounded to short and a strikeout. Yankees lead 8-2. So the count 1-2 on Moeller. Giambi is at third and Cano's at second. Cano, credited with a single and an RBI, moves to second on the throw. Yankees have 9 hits. Dribbled slowly, third base side, but it's a foul ball. Mariners really struggling, and it might be a fortuitous bit of scheduling for the Yankees, who need to go off on a little bit of a run before they go on the road again. And it's amazing how things turn on a dime in baseball. The Yankees lose 2 to the Mets, and then the first game against the Orioles, really an embarrassing 12-2 loss. Then they win the next one 8-0, and then 2-1, and now leading this one 8-2. It's a long season. A lot of peaks and valleys. I think a lot of people, though, in the city, and I think around baseball now, because there's so much money at stake, they almost have a football mentality that every game, even in May, means so much. And 162 games will prove out who the best team is.
Well, it's really true, and what we're seeing now is the Yankees are making big moves in the middle of the season, moving Java to the rotation or planning on it. You know, the Yankees find themselves in a position to where they have to play for the future. They have to plan out their rotation and what the future is going to bring, while at the same time still competing right now, not giving up on this year. A lot of people still feel like maybe Java, even for this year, gives them a better chance to win if they can get him transitioned into the rotation. But certainly in the long term, I mean, there's no guarantee with him. Lucina, will he be back next year? Will Pettit be back next year? What's the rotation going to look like in 09?
1-2. Ichiro had him played very shallow. Slides, can't make the play. 2-run score. A 2-run single from Moeller, and the Yankees now lead 10-2. Boy, Ichiro had him played at Little League depth and still couldn't make that catch.
It's one of those full swings up the end of the bat again, and he kind of just freezes just for a second, comes in, and that ball's just leaking oil. And Ichiro tries to get there, and it's been one of those innings for the Mariners. You see Ichiro come in, just falls short off the tip of the glove. A good effort by Ichiro. He almost froze for a second. That's what happens when you get those full swings that end up off the end of the bat. And that ball was just leaking, just running out of gas. Just was never going to get to Ichiro.
Well, Mel looks like he's in great shape, huh?
Mel looks good.
Took a year off after leaving the Yankees, and really the only job he would have taken would be the Mariners, because he lives in Yakima, Washington. A nice man.
Longtime great Yankee pitcher, great pitching coach.
Mets and the Yanks.
Right, both sides of town. One of the most upbeat, positive guys you'll ever be around. You can see that meeting right there with Sean Green. It was all upbeat, all positive. Okay, what's done's done.
Now also, I believe, was a pitching coach with the Astros between the Mets and the Yankees. Line drive, foul.
No, I asked Mel before the game. As we see here, there's Mel. I asked him before the game what his best memories were of Yankee Stadium, and was he going to take any mementos out. The great Bob Gibson right there, and Mel Stottlemyre shaking hands. 1964 World Series right there. Mel came up and was gangbusters right away. I think he won 9 games, Michael, and when he first came up and helped pitch the Yankees to the playoffs. And he said most of his memories are from the old stadium. that he blew out his arm late, and in 73-4 when they moved over to Shea, he was almost done with his career. So he really did pitch in the old Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, his memories here are as a coach. Chopped over the mound, over second. It's a base hit. So Melky, 1 for 17, picks up a much-needed single. So the Yankees have batted around. That'll bring up Derek Jeter again.
Well, you can see there the beat goes on. I mean, that ball hopped about 20 times. Sean Green makes a good pitch. Melky reaches for it, a high chopper, 3-4 times before it reaches the outfield grass. The beat goes on. You know, they've had chinkers, they've had bloopers, 18 hoppers, and some line drives. Just anything that can go wrong. Close plays at the plate. Anything that can go wrong is going wrong for Seattle right now.
Jeter started the inning hit by a pitch, almost hit again, and the count 1-0. First time he was hit on his right foot as he tried to skip out of the way of a ball low and inside. Now R.A. Dickey warming in the bullpen. And a strike.
Seems like Seattle's played that role for a few teams this year, and that they've gotten some teams healthy. You know, they go into Detroit and get banged around by them and get their offense going. Now they come in here to Yankee Stadium again for the second time, as you said, Michael, in a month. The Yankees have an outburst of offense. Sometimes you catch a team when they're down and they can get you going. They get you healthy.
Yankees are fighting back after a rough start. 10 runs, the most the Yankees have scored since April 16th when they scored 15 against Boston. A long time ago. Missed inside. Green on in relief of Bedard. Yankees have sent 10 men to the plate this inning. Yankees scored 3 in the second on the 3-run home run by Shelley Duncan, then 2 in the fourth. 2-run double by Cano, and now 5 here in the fifth. Runners go. 3-2 is outside. Bases are loaded. John McLaren has already been thrown out of the game. That was earlier, so it looks like Sam Perlazzo is doing the managing along with Mel Stottlemyre. Sammy, the former manager of the Orioles. Riggleman's there, but so Perlazzo looks like he's doing most of the managing. And there's a strike to Abreu.
Well, Michael, Andy did tell me 10 runs would be nice tonight when I saw him earlier today in the clubhouse, and he got his wish. He's also got a long break right here.
This inning started at 8:30. It's 8:54 right now, so he's been watching for 24 minutes. He'll take the 5 runs, but sometimes you do have to battle a little rustiness. Is there anywhere you could throw, like up the runway, or does that not do anything for you?
Well, the ceiling's too low. I did try that before. I was bouncing them off the ceiling in the bowels of Yankee Stadium.
Didn't you warm up during your perfect game during the rain out under there?
I did. I tried. I was skipping them off the ceiling.
Lined into left center field. It is a base hit. Cutting it off is Ibanez. 2 runs will score. Abreu with a 2-run single. And the Yankees lead 12-2.
We'll see Abreu here trying to come inside, and he misses his spot badly. Supposed to be a fastball in and ends up almost on the outside corner. Abreu stays right on it. Nice piece of hit, drives that ball into the gap. times you see Burke have to reach all the way across to the outside corner to try to catch that pitch. All Ibanez can do is field it and throw it into second base, and Abreu's got 2 more RBIs. Sean Green's now out of the game.
Now, Sean Green's not some hack. We gave you his numbers. He had a 2-something ERA, and they just slapped him around. So Mel Stoudemire goes to the bullpen again. They'll try R.A. Dickey against Alex Rodriguez. Yankees up by 10.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
On my 9, you've seen the real Flav. Now he plays an ex-con who moves in with his rich brother and turns everyone's life upside down under one roof. Wednesdays at 8, followed by the best of in living color on my 9. See you liking Flavor Flav.
Might have to tune in, see that one.
Absolutely. R.A. Dickey, this is his 4th game, 11 hits in 9 innings, a 7.0 ERA. Dickey against A-Rod. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. And there's a strike.
Let's see, Dickey features a knuckleball. 75 to 80% knuckleballs.
Ground ball up the middle. That is through for a base hit. Jeter scores. Abreu goes to second. And Alex Rodriguez picks up an RBI single.
Knuckleball up in the zone. See A-Rod, you know, as they say with knuckleballs, when it's high, let it fly. And this is just another seeing-eye ground ball right up the middle. Good piece of hit by A-Rod, but Dickey right here with that grip. There's that knuckleball. See it kind of trying to tumble, but it stays up. A-Rod drives it right back up the middle.
8 runs, the most runs the Yankees have scored in an inning all year. Matsui is 3 for 3. And he had a 2-run single earlier in this inning. And there was a strike. Well, they usually bring in the knuckleball relievers to give them a couple of innings. Right now, 13-2, the way the Mariner offense has been somewhat stagnant this year. It doesn't look very good for them. The 0-1. There's a strike.
See him get that grip in his glove. The knuckleball is not thrown with the knuckles, it's thrown with the fingertips. Takes the spin off the ball. Kind of see him loaded up, and you see those high fingers, his fingertips on the ball.
Serve to third. And Beltre tags out Abreu, and that's going to do it. But the Yankees score 8 runs on 8 hits. And the hits just kept on coming. We go to the 6th. Lucky 13-2. Yankees lead.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Two. Yankees lead as we go to the sixth. Adrian Beltre against Andy Pettitte. Andy Pettitte with about a 32-minute wait. And the pitch outside. Now, David, are you doing anything but throwing fastballs here?
Well, you still want to stay into your game, but yeah, you're throwing strikes is what you're doing. Whatever you think you can throw strikes with. Get it over the plate, get it going. You know, you don't want to get into the habit of getting out of your game plan. You don't want to just start firing them down the middle. You still want to continue to pitch. For Andy, that's still in and out. As you see there is a good four-seam kind of cutting type fastball in the inside corner to get the count to 1-2.
Loop to left field, backing up Jeter on the run. He can't make the play. Lands between Jeter and Matsui for a single. Adrian Beltre is 3 for 3. Andy Pettitte has 8 strikeouts. Let's take a look at him.
Take a look. Here's Ichiro. Little front door four-seam cutter, little backdoor slider, cut fastball inside, another slider inside, another front door cutter, four-seamer up, another slider inside, and a hook, a slow hook. Get Ibanez there with the 8th strikeout.
Richie Sexson takes a strike. Looks like the invite list for my family reunion. And the 0-1. Grounded softly to third. A-Rod waits for it, then fires to get Sexson as Beltre moves to second.
Richie Sexson way out in front of this down and in slider, and A-Rod right down the line, waits for it to get to him. Got a great arm, plenty of time.
Pitch is low to Ballantine. Season high 8 strikeouts for Pettitte. He's thrown 92 pitches, scattered 8 hits, and allowed just 2 runs. A run in the second and a run in the third.
You know, Michael, this is a situation where, you know, even though you got the big lead, as I said before, you still want to move your pitches around. You still want to You still want to feel like you're still in a pitching mode. You know, we're not trained to fire the ball down the middle. We don't practice on throwing the ball down the middle all the time. We're always taught to get your pitches, especially your fastballs, in good quality locations. See Andy still pitching here, still moving it in and out.
There's a strike.
A 2-1 changeup there with a 13-2 lead. Sometimes that's a chance for you to work on some pitches too. Randy's had trouble with his changeup this year. It's a good time to mix in a couple of them, see if you can get a feel for it.
Swing and a miss. Valentine goes down on strikes. Hey, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you by your Tri-State Ford dealer, Texas. Boy, can Texas hit 11-6 over Cleveland, top of the fourth. Tampa Bay 1-0 over Baltimore. And the Rays can pitch. That's the bottom of the sixth. Toronto 6, Kansas City 1, bottom of the seventh. Boston and Oakland, a 10:05 start. In the National League, Cubs beat Pittsburgh, or leading Pittsburgh 9-2, top of the sixth. Giants 7, Florida 1, bottom of the sixth. Arizona 8, Atlanta 1. That's in the top of the sixth, and the top of the first inning. Mets and the Rockies just underway. 1-0 count on Jamie Burke.
The beat goes on for the Cubs and the Diamondbacks, huh? Playing well earlier this year.
You know who else is smoking lately? The White Sox. And when the Yankees played them, they did not look like world beaters. I think they've won 8 in a row.
They have. They've gotten their pitching straightened out. Carlos Quentin, I think he's leading the American League in slugging percentage, really popping some home runs this year.
And a strike count, 2-1 to Burke.
They're a dangerous team. They've got a veteran lineup. A.J. Przinsky catching, and Jim Thome and Jermaine Dye. White Sox are a dangerous team. They're a team to be contended with.
Could not hold up. That slider or the cutter diving down and in.
It's been a good pitch for Andy today. You know, he's thrown more sliders down and in. That's more of a slider type action. Really been sharp with it.
Andy has 9 strikeouts. Can he make it double digits here? He's thrown 101 pitches. It's probably his final inning. 2-2. Burke stays alive. Andy had 10 strikeouts against the Astros, or with the Astros against the Reds, on August 21st of 2006. So the 9 he has right now, that's the most since then. The most he's ever had is 12 strikeouts. And he's anticipating hanging up another K. I wonder if he actually had the foresight to bring 10 Ks for Andy. He obviously reads USA Today, so he knows what's going on. The 2-2. Just missed.
He thought so too. Bowler setting up away, tries to go with a backdoor breaking ball, just breaks around the plate just a little bit, just outside.
And the 3-2. Grounded shortly and grabbed there by A-Rod. And he gets Burke for the final out of the 6th. So Andy Pettitte with a strong 6 innings. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. The veteran left-hander looking to get his first win in 6 starts at Yankee Stadium. A nice play by A-Rod. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 13-2 Yanks.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Blackman, Harry Martin, and now Unit 9. From undercover stings to exposing scams. Unit 9, they've got your back on My 9 News at 10. Jason Giambi leads off, and he takes a strike. Giambi 2 for 2 with a walk, and Giambi slowly getting his average up to respectability. Still a ways to go. He's at 218, but he's off the interstate. He's swinging the bat a lot better.
Yeah, we've seen him drive the ball the other way tonight. A really good sign for him. We've seen him beat the shift once. 2 for 2, as you see, with a walk and a double and a single and 3 runs. His on-base percentage is still up there, too. 373 on base. He's still got that good eye. He still gets on base, gets his walks.
High fly ball, right field. And Valentine puts it away. Hey, Yankee fans, this year when you can't be home to watch the Yankees on the YES Network, check out MLB.tv. You can log on to the internet to watch every out-of-market Yankees game of the season and watch it live. For more details, visit Yankees.com, where baseball is always on.
That's what I do, Michael.
I know you got the computer right there.
I got the computer right here with me. When I'm at home and you guys are on the road, I check you out. But I can still get it on YES too, though.
That's right.
Or on My 9 on Friday nights, obviously.
Now, R.A. Dickey is a knuckleballer. And toward the end of your career, you were trying everything. You were inventing things in mid-motion. You would seem like a guy that would have tried. Did you try?
I tried, but I bit my fingernails. I was neurotic about that. And you need your fingernails to throw knuckleballs. People think you throw it with your knuckles. You really throw it with your fingertips and your fingernails. And, I played with Tim Wakefield up in Boston for a year. And really what you do is you really sink those fingernails into the seams or find a spot and kind of push it out. And that's what gives you that tumbling motion. It's not with your knuckles. It's actually with your fingertips and your fingernails. And you kind of just push it out, and it gives you that fluttering motion.
And you couldn't stop biting your nails. You could have still been pitching now.
Yeah, I should have done something about that. You're right. I don't know. I guess I was just an orally fixated guy, Michael. I don't know. But I'm so nervous all the time when I was playing. Now I haven't bit my nails since I retired.
See, it was all about playing then.
I guess so. Well, you sit in that dugout.
Didn't that affect your other pitches, though, if you bit your nails?
No.
Popped up. Burke. Home run in a silo. 2 outs.
It's a very difficult pitch to learn how to throw. And, it's revived this guy's career, R.A. Dickey. He was in Texas earlier in his career, and you could see that grip. He's really digging those fingernails into the ball and really pushing off with it. And you can see the tumbling action. Kind of fluttering butterfly type of action on your fastball or knuckleball, rather.
Now, did you ever get to experience the Wade Boggs knuckleball? I heard it was great.
He did have a good one. And it's easy to throw a good knuckleball. I could throw a decent one in the outfield, but when you get on the mound and you got to get it over the plate, it's a much, much more difficult thing to do. And that's the key. I mean, if it were that easy to learn how to throw strikes on the mound, remember, you're on a 12-inch mound, 60 feet 6 inches away, and to be able to throw for strikes in major league competition is a lot easier said than done. We've seen guys try to revive their career in the minor leagues and try to do it. And if it were easy, we'd see a lot more of them around, because Tim Wakefield's had a great career in Boston. R.A. Dickey can find himself a home right here, pitching in middle relief or a spot starter, and eat up some innings for Seattle right here. Very valuable to have somebody like this on your staff.
Now, when you were with Wakefield, was he obsessed with taking care of his nails?
Yes,
really?
Very much so. Yes, his fingernails had to be right. They had to be hard. They had to be sharp. Just right, he had to keep them. He'd go to a manicurist and get his nails done before he pitched.
Little Manny Petty. The 2-2 outside.
I don't know if he worried about his toes, but he's certainly worried about his fingernails.
Well, Troy Hawkins will probably pitch the 7 for the Yanks. And the 3-2. Fouled that. Good sign, Cano. 2 more hits tonight. His average up to 215. As the Yankee offense starting to come around. Is it a coincidence that it started to come around when Alex Rodriguez came off the DL? You try to put the connect the dots, and you might come up with that, the 3-2. But you also have to say, just looking on the back of the baseball card of all these players, they couldn't continue to average 3 or 4 runs a game. They're a better offensive team than that.
They are, and we've been waiting for good weather in New York here. We've had a great day today, and got the holiday weekend, the start of summer. Maybe the Yankees are going to heat up. Maybe the offense will get going with the weather, and the beginning of summer here, they certainly have great track records. The obvious injuries to Posada and A-Rod hurt them.
The 3-2. And Cano works a walk. And also, if you just take it from there, you've lost Posada and you lost A-Rod. So you've lost 240 runs batted in from last year. Then Giambi wasn't hitting and Cano wasn't hitting. All of a sudden, you're looking at a National League lineup, a bad National League lineup, because it's only 5 deep. From 6 to 9, no one was really worrying about who the Yankees were sending up. Morgan Ensberg wasn't hitting. Jose Molina wasn't hitting. And Cano and Giambi weren't hitting.
Not to forget either that Jeter missed about a week there, even though he didn't go on the DL. So they've had their problems. I mean, every team has their injuries and their problems. The Yankees, as you said, Michael, were projected to score between 950 and 1,000 runs this year. They're clearly not on that pace. And a lot of the emphasis was on the young pitching. A lot of hype on Phil Hughes, and as you see Giambi and Jeter going through the exercise here, talking about pitches and what's gone on in this game.
Now, they were talking, and Ian Kennedy sitting in the middle of it. When you ever got in the middle of those batting conversations, did you just say, I don't want to hear it?
He seems to be enjoying it there. They got something going on there. For a young pitcher, he should be in there listening to that. Sometimes you can learn more from hitters than you can from other pitchers. What they're looking for, what approach, certain sequences that come up throughout the course of a game.
Roberto Gonzalez getting ready. He might get some at bats. 1-2. Popped up. Richie Sexton right there. And that'll do it here in the 6th for the Yankees. No runs, no hits, no errors. And 1 man left on base. The conversation's still going on. What's it about? It's about 13-2 Yanks.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Root for that other team from Queens, but they're still some of the funniest guys in New York. Everybody loves Raymond at 6:30 and a King of Queens doubleheader at 7. See what trouble Ray and Doug get themselves into every weeknight starting at 6:30 on My 9. Beautiful night here in New York City. And if you're a Yankee fan, it's even better as the Yankees are leading 13-2. And the 13 runs the Yankees have scored behind Andy Pettitte are more than they scored combined over his previous 4 starts. Defensive changes for the Yankees. Morgan Ensberg takes over at third. Alberto Gonzalez takes over at short. And a new pitcher taking over for Andy Pettitte is LaTroy Hawkins. Pitching better of late, 17 games, 5.57, less than a hit per inning, 12 strikeouts and 8 walks. Hawkins suspended 3 games for throwing up and in on Luke Scott. Men's Warehouse scoreboard 13-13 and 0-2-8-0, and he is appealing that suspension. And the pitch to Betancourt is up and away. Everybody in that bullpen pecking order has an opportunity to move up to more important innings. So Hawkins might have been a 5th or 6th inning guy. Now he could be a 7th inning guy, as Farnsworth went from 7 to 8. Everybody can look at the opportunity of Jabba becoming a starter as just that, an opportunity. We can do more. We can pitch bigger innings and get bigger outs. So it's there for somebody to grab it.
And that filters down through the minor leagues too. We've seen some movement on the minor league level and guys getting moved up different levels. You know, for the Yankees and their pitching staff in the future right now, it's all hands on deck. You know, if you're in the minor leagues, you're in a good spot. When you pitch well, you will get rewarded, as Darryl Rasner has proved. Ian Kennedy went down, had a good start, came back. You know, there's some young relievers down there in AAA in Scranton and in AA in Trenton that have thrown the ball well, and they're on the move on up the ladder as well.
LaTroy Hawkins over his last 7 games, covering 9 1/3 innings. He's given up 3 hits and no runs, 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. Fly ball right field to Abreu. 1 away.
And you know, Michael, if you really think about it, you made the point there of you know, LaTroy Hawkins moving up the ladder and the job of Chamberlain going into the rotation, what this sets in motion for everybody. And you kind of get the sense with the Yankees, you know, and Brian Cashman has said this, he doesn't want to get caught in between. Either you're rebuilding or you're contending. And, you know, with an eye towards the future, if you're looking at the Red Sox in the American League East, they're winning the arms battle right now. They recycled Bartolo Colon the other night, got a good start out of him. Kurt Schilling might be back in the second half.
Ichiro with a long drive to center field. Cabrera makes the play on the warning track. 2 outs.
Certainly the young pitchers in Boston. John Lester, what a great story. See Ichiro rarely gets the ball up in the air there. Ichiro's got some power. Drives Melky back to the warning track. See Ichiro hit home runs in BP all the time. He's got the power. He goes for hits more and wants to get on base. But to finish that point, you know, Clay Buchholz has done a decent job up in Boston. You know, Dice K's undefeated. Josh Beckett's leading that staff. You know, that's your direct competition in the American League East. And if you look at their pitching staff and what they've done and how they built it, they're winning the arms race right now. And the Yankees kind of feel like they need to position themselves not only for this year but for next year. They're kind of in a catch-up mode as far as their rotation goes.
And that's one of the reasons that they're moving Chamberlain into the rotation, because if you keep him in the bullpen this year, then he can't pitch a full year in the rotation next year. So you've got to transition him to about 140 innings this season so he can give you close to 200 next year and be in the rotation from the beginning. So the temptation might be, well, let's keep him in the 8th inning now, but he would probably top out at most at 80 innings. And the Yankees, although they don't give you the exact numbers, it seems like they will not increase the workload of a young pitcher more than 40 innings over his previous year. So this year they feel they can get him up to about 140, maybe 150, and then next year 190, 200, and then you've got a full-fledged starter. And the 1-2 outside.
This is not really unprecedented. You know, some people, some baseball pundits out there might say this is a little bit risky. You know, you've weakened yourself in the 8th inning. Well, not really. I mean, they projected Jabba to be a starter. They're building for the future while at the same time still trying to compete right now, still trying to get it going.
Well, Troy Hawkins has it going as he blows one past Jose Lopez to work a 1-2-3 inning. So 10 in the 3rd innings with 3 hits and no runs for Hawkins. After 6.5 time for the 7th inning stretch, Yankees are leading 13-2, but stay where you are as we honor this great country right here at Yankee Stadium.
A moment of silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the world. Now, join Kate Smith as she sings God Bless America.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Go behind the scenes with your favorite artists at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
What up, this is Big Snoop Deal Double G, and you're watching another side of Snoop Dogg on Pepsi Smash. Hustle, 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 come on. If you play for Coach Snoop, you got to be good, real good, in school and on the field. My least favorite part would definitely be losing. And the favorite part would be seeing the kids loving football and really learning how to play it and winning and having that winning attitude.
See another side of the hottest artists around at Pepsi Smash on Yahoo Music.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Even when you can't watch your favorite team, you can know what's happening with MLB.com's mobile team alerts, now including video alerts for your video-enabled phone. You'll get video highlights minutes after they happen, text messages on home runs, lead changes, and more. Everything you need to stay informed throughout the season for just $3.99 per month. Sign up now and pick your favorite team. Text MLB to 65246. For complete details, go to MLB.com/mobile.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Welcome to the new and improved MLB.com.
Welcome to the 7th inning on the men's warehouse scoreboard, 13-2. Yankees lead. It's Fleet Week here in New York. So some of the brave men and women from the Navy are all around town. A lot of them have made their way to Yankee Stadium tonight, and on this Memorial Day weekend, we appreciate what they do to make this country what it is. So hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. As Cabrera pops one up to Lopez, one away here in the 7th. And the Yankees actually let men and women in uniform into the ballpark, which is a really nice thing. And they will make room all the time. So Fleet Week, they dock, and then they head into the city and try to enjoy themselves, and they should.
Look like they're having a good time tonight.
If they're Yankee fans, they are. You would think that people in the Navy would root for the Mariners.
There might be a few of them in there.
They just announced the attendance here at the ballpark, 52,005. Big crowds all weekend expected. Tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon, finishing up this homestand, the 2-1. And the count 3-1.
Well, I think he's got a pretty decent fastball, Mike. I've seen him running up there in the upper 80s, which is very rare for a knuckleball type pitcher. You know, Tim Wakefield probably throws his fastball in the upper 70s. R.A. Dickey's got a nice knuckleball that he throws probably 75% of the time, but he can run he ran a fastball up there about 88, 89 earlier, a couple innings ago.
Grounded left side, Betancourt. Nice play.
Here's that fastball right here. Runs it in there at 86 miles an hour. Gets the ground ball. Nice play by Betancourt on the backhand, throwing on the run.
With Johnny Damon sitting this one out, Jeter leads off and Abreu bats second. Why did Damon sit out? 0 for 10 lifetime against Eric Bedard, the Mariners starter. There's a strike. And Mark Lowe warming for Seattle. If there's any advantage, and there's really not an advantage to losing, if there's any advantage to losing on the road, you don't have to get 9 innings. You only have to get 24 out, so they only have to pitch the 8th unless they come back.
Saw the shot of Mariano Rivera in full kickback mode tonight. Long way away from the game face we've seen over the years.
Strike 3, Abreu down looking. And R.A. Dickey works a 1-2-3 7th inning. Bobby Abreu is not in love with the call. We go to the 8th inning, 13-2 Yanks.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Good evening, citizens of baseball. The baseball youth movement, or U-Move, has gained significant momentum with the emergence of stars so young they barely recall Star Wars, The Return of the Jedi. There is no avoiding this brave new world. We can only embrace it by watching the 2008 Major League Baseball Draft. Watch the entire draft on MLB.com. Good night, and good baseball. Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Mike Schmidt, April 18th, 1987. 500.
Yankees, let's take a look at the Mariners in-game box score brought to you by Hyundai. They have 8 hits. They've only connected for 2 runs. Vidro with 2 hits. Adrian Beltre's had a nice night, 3 for 3, a double, a ribby, and a run scored. Betancourt also drove in a run. LaTroy Hawkins deals a strike to Jose Vidro. Count 0-1. Now you look at Hawkins' stuff and you wonder why he has struggled. This guy has been a closer. He's been a 8th inning setup guy. He's started, and he usually does very well. He never really pitched very well at Yankee Stadium. Matsui turned the wrong way and misplayed that ball into extra bases. He turned every which way but loose, and we'll see how they score that.
Well, generally speaking, with a left-handed batter on a line drive off the bat, it's going to break from right to left. It's going to have slicing action on it. You see Matsui turns the wrong way. Tries to recover and come back. Can't make the recovery. You see him look over his right shoulder, try to switch, look over his left shoulder. Doesn't go as deep as he thought. It's got that slicing action on it. Just kind of carves away from him. He kind of makes a beeline straight back, and that ball's breaking from right to left away from him. Almost like a golfer who hits a slice.
And they give Vidro a double, and he says thank you. Jeremy Reed, who took over in left field for Ibanez, takes a strike from Hawkins.
But you're right about Hawkins, Michael. I mean, he really had a great year in Colorado last year. Developed this 2-seam sinking type fastball. He used to be a power type pitcher with Minnesota, both as a starter and a closer.
The Yankees were looking to improve their bullpen during the offseason, but the price of relievers, it's simply gone through the roof, and they did not want to pay a guy like Scott Linebrink $6 million a year and have to give him a multi-year deal. So Hawkins was a guy they got for 1 year and figured they see what they could do with him and hopefully promote some of their youngsters from the minor leagues. They have a lot of hard-throwing youngsters that they think could translate into the bullpen. You mentioned some of the kids getting moved up. Mark Melanson, who they really like a lot, has just been promoted to Scranton Wilkes-Barre, and he can really throw. And there's some whispers that he could be a guy that could fill that 8th inning role. A lot to ask, but remember, that's what Jabba did.
And Hawkins is the perfect stopgap guy to give you a year or two until these young kids can come up.
1-2.
Veteran guy, he's been around a long time, knows how to pitch. Got off to a little bit of a rough start with the Yankees, had one real bad outing. I think he gave up 6 runs. Hurt his ERA, but he's been a lot better than his numbers would indicate.
You know what? He started to pitch a lot better when he went from number 21 to 22. Got the fans off his back. The people that love Paul O'Neill didn't have to boo him just on principle. And he switched to number 22. He's pitched a lot better. Coincidence? Reed fouls it back.
The curse of O'Neill.
And you know what? He's just the type of guy that could do it. Let's take a look at the Lincoln scoreboard. Texas 12, Cleveland 6, top of the 6th. Tampa Bay holding on to a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 8th over the Orioles. Toronto beats KC 7-1. And Boston and Oakland starts in about 25 minutes. Reed hanging in there against Hawkins, a 2-2 count. And the pitch. Check swing. The National League scoreboard also brought to you by your Tri-State Lincoln Mercury dealer. Cubs 12, Pittsburgh 3, bottom of the 8th. San Francisco's had a rough season, but the Giants lead Florida 8-1, which has had a great season, bottom of the 8th. Arizona 10, Atlanta 1, bottom of the 7th, and the Mets really sliding, losing to Colorado 2-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. 3-2. Fouled away.
Is that Barry Zito pitching tonight for San Francisco?
Yep.
Looking for his first win. Boy, he's had a rough go of it out there.
It's hard to win when you throw 81 miles an hour. He is in desperate search of his fastball. He never threw overly hard, but enough to make his other pitches work. But 81, 82. Shattered bat, a ground ball to Duncan. He'll take it himself. Move into third is Vidro. Hey, to celebrate the final season of Yankee Stadium, Upper Deck has created a special card set entitled Yankee Stadium Legacy, which consists of an individual card for every game ever played at Yankee Stadium. Now, I checked this out. This actually does exist. Every game ever played. So make sure you come to the stadium on Saturday, May 24th. That's tomorrow, when all fans in attendance will receive a pack of Yankee Stadium Legacy cards, courtesy of Upper Deck. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com. Visit the stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops. I'll call Ticketmaster at 212-307-1212.
So Saturday, May 24th, 1929, they got a card, Michael?
They have a card for it. They have a card for it. Miguel Cairo took over at third for Adrian Beltre, so this is his first at bat for the former Yankee. High fly ball, left field. Tagging Vidro. Matsui makes the catch. Here's the throw. Here's the play. He's out. Oh, not a wise tag when you're down by 11. But a 7-2 double play as Matsui uncorks a strike to Moeller, who blocked the play.
You see Matsui gets behind the ball good, gets something on it, and you're right. Anything that can go wrong for Seattle has gone wrong, and this just adds to the list of woes.
And he is out. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, 13-2 Yankees. He's out again.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
A lot of people ask us, do you feel pressure to stay successful and this and that? And I don't think any of us have really ever indulged that external pressure at all.
Experience Nissan Live Sets only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Willie Mays, September 22nd, 1969, 600. Babe Ruth, August 21st, 1931, 600. Hank Aaron, April 27th, 1971, 600.
Ken Griffey Jr., keep watching.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Every fan's dream is a front row seat. With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me and feeling that love, because that's what I love to give, is 150% of my energy and sharing what I love to do so passionately.
Experience Nissan Live Sets with artists like Christina Aguilera, Incubus, Beck, and more. Only on Yahoo Music. See you at the show.
Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
Score brought to you by Hyundai. There are 13 hits in there. The only one not in the party, Derek Jeter, but he's been on base twice. with a walk and a hit by pitch, and he scored a run. Everybody else has contributed 3 hits for Matsui. Also that nice throw from left field. Morgan Ensberg leads off against Mark Lowe. Willie Bloomquist is in left field, and Jeremy Reed moves from left to center, taking over for Ichiro. And Reed gets tested right away by Ensberg, and he'll put it away for the first out. And that'll bring up Matsui. How about that arm by Matsui?
Yeah, he got behind that ball. He got ready to throw. It's medium depth. He really uncorks this. You know, we haven't seen that kind of arm strength from Hideki, but a perfect one-bounce throw. And that was real close. It looked like Vidro, I don't know if he got to the front of the plate or not, Michael. Doesn't discount the fact that Matsui makes a nice, perfect one-hop throw. Moeller does a good job of trying to block the plate.
I guess DeMuro looks at that. The throw beat him by so much, and his foot might have or might not have touched the front of the plate, but he called him out.
Yeah, that was a lot closer that second time around.
Let's see.
See Moeller with his front foot trying to block that plate.
Now, did that touch?
Vidro, you can't really tell if his toe's on the plate or not. That's really close.
Lowe throwing high fastballs, 95 miles an hour. And Matsui pops it up to Betancourt, 2 away. Hey, there are 2 teams that tackle the toughest crimes to hit New York City. Watch Law & Order, Criminal Intent, weeknights at 11, and back-to-back episodes of Law & Order, Special Victims Unit, Sunday starting at 8 p.m. All right here on My 9. Yeah, they're leading 13-2. Yeah, I should be home early. Giambi swings and misses. Giambi 2 for 3.
I don't know if I like that mustache look though, Michael.
You like that look better?
Clean. Supposed to be a Yankee, right? Clean shaven. It's okay above the lip though, right?
Above the lip is okay. And the hair has to be over the collar.
Thurman Munson have a mustache?
Yes, he did.
For most of his career?
Mm-hmm. Goose Gossage did, and Goose Gossage tested that rule because his mustache would kind of drip lower, almost like a walrus.
Right.
That's not right.
Donnie Baseball had one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember Jack McDowell shaved his head in 95, and he was protesting the facial hair rule. That was right before he let the crowd know how he felt about him by giving them the #1 sign.
And he was quickly gone.
He actually pitched better after that. Back in 95. Speaking of 1995, playing against the Seattle Mariners. That unbelievable playoff series.
Edouard Ramirez will likely pitch tonight. And Giambi never gives away an at-bat, so a walk right there. Now, I was thinking about that, David. You see the Mariners coming in at 18-30. And the playoff games between the Yankees and the Mariners, they were just unbelievable. You remember the 95 series, which was a classic. Not great for Yankee fans, who probably got Safeco Field built. And then in 2000, when David Justice hit the home run into the upper deck to send the Yankees to the Subway Series. Just amazing games, heightened by the fact that Lou Piniella was in the other dugout, and that connection to the Yankees. They had great teams, too.
They had great teams and great sports fans out in Seattle, too. They really got fired up for the Yankees. The King Dome, when it was still around, was the loudest dome I'd ever played in that postseason series, and Safeco Field as well. Really rowdy fans out in Seattle, really backing the Mariners, the refuse to lose campaign. And this is a good ball club. This Seattle club came into this year, we've talked about it, and good pitching. Bedard had an off night tonight, but still one of the best in the league. And if you're Seattle right now, you just don't want to see him fall behind 500 too much. because they will get going. They will play better. But the problem is that you don't want to waste your hot streak on getting back to 500 or climbing out of this hole that they've dug themselves. And if this hole gets too deep for this team, it's going to be tough for them to recover.
And low walks Jambi and then walks Duncan. And that's going to bring up Cano. So Cano starting to get his act together. 2 for 3 tonight, 3 RBIs. Got the game-winning hit last night. He's also walked tonight. And he's pushed the average up to 215. This is just an approximation, but about a 279 hitter before the All-Star game career-wise, and then afterward about a 330 hitter in the second half. And he came into camp this year with one goal. He was going to start the season strong, and he had a great spring training. I think he had 20 RBIs in spring training, hit over 400, and once the bell rung, same old trouble.
It just goes to show you never know. He's the one guy you didn't worry about.
Ground ball to second. Booted by Lopez, and everybody is safe. So Cano will reach on the E4, and the bases are loaded.
Well, this is the way it's gone for Seattle for most of the first part of this year. This is just an easy ground ball and just right through the wickets. Just does not get down. See him kind of come up off of that ball a little bit. The ball stayed down right through his legs. Those are the sorts of things that have happened to Seattle the first part of this year. It's been one thing after another. Certainly a much better team than they've shown so far.
Here's Chad Moeller with the bases loaded. Pitch high, 1-0. Moeller's 1 for 4. Dunked a 2-run single to center in the 5th inning. And the Yankees' 8-run 5th inning. Only the 4th time this year that they've actually batted around in an inning. Foul tip, and the count 1-1. Lowe's throwing heat, getting it up there quickly. Yankees lead 13-2, looking for more. Their season high in runs, 15 against the Red Sox, beginning of April. One and a strike. The count 1-2.
Saw Jorge Posada throwing before the game, Michael. Throwing well, throwing all the way to second base with first base coach Tony Pena about 2 hours before the game.
And Moeller goes down on strikes. For the Yankees in the 8th, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and the bases are left loaded. Edouard Ramirez will try to get the final 3 outs of the game. Yankees lead by 11.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett. All my games are live and on demand on MLB.tv. MLB.tv. MLB.tv.
MLB.tv.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Good evening, citizens of baseball. The baseball youth movement, or U-Move, has gained significant momentum with the emergence of stars so young they barely recall Star Wars, The Return of the Jedi. There is no avoiding this brave new world. We can only embrace it by watching the 2008 Major League Baseball Draft. Watch the entire draft on MLB.com. Good night, and good baseball. Voting is now open for the 2008 All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium. Use the ballot on MLB.com to watch video, compare stats, and vote up to 25 times.
With Nissan Live Sets on Yahoo Music, everyone's a VIP.
It means so much to me whenever I get on a stage and feel an audience's energy coming back at me.
Passes. Half hour away.
Hey, this is Victor Martinez.
Hey, this is AJ Burnett.
New York Yankees baseball on My 9 is brought to you in part by your local Lexus dealer. Men's Warehouse, you're going to like the way you look. And by Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward. On Memorial Day weekend, the Empire State Building is in red, white, and blue, appropriately. Standing tall as a beacon in the Manhattan skyline. As we go to the top of the ninth inning, 13-2, and Edouard Ramirez, the Yankees' third pitcher. Andy Pettitte went 6, LaTroy Hawkins went 2, and now Ramirez popped up and out of play. Now Edouard Ramirez has been perfect. Has not allowed a run, 5 hits in 10 innings, 11 strikeouts, and it's probably that number, David, the number 36. Got magic in it.
Worked for me.
It sure did.
I told him. I said, you got a good number.
High fly ball to right field. One away. And Edouard's stuff is so good he doesn't even need D. Hey, coming up right after the game, the Verizon game wrap-up. All the highlights. You'll hear the awards. Break it down. So stick around for the Verizon game wrap-up coming up in 2 outs. Here's Vladimir Valentin. Pitch outside. Yankees look at Ramirez as a guy, hey, maybe he could take that 8th inning role. It's still a little early, and he depends on that changeup quite a bit, but he has a much better presence about him this year than he did last year. Last year, he'd have great outings. When he first came up to the Yankees, struck out the side. Great changeup, Bugs Bunny changeup. But then he would come in sometimes and give up 7 runs. It was either very, very good or very, very bad. This year, he's been much more consistent.
Well, he's a great story. Obviously, he paid his dues. He went to the independent leagues. Pitched several years, trying to work his way back into an organization, somebody to give him a shot. Yankees did a good job of scouting, took a flyer on him, finds himself in the big leagues. But generally speaking, Michael, you know, fastball changeup guys are good against lefties, and it doesn't really have an out pitch for a righty. It's much harder to throw your changeup as a finish pitch to a right-handed batter from a right-handed pitcher. There's less margin for error. You try to get it outside, it fades back towards the middle. Whereas with a left-handed batter, you can tail it off the plate, get some swing and misses or some into the bad shots. We've seen him toy with a little slider, trying to come up with a pitch to finish right-handed batters.
Check swing, did he go? No, he did not, said Larry Vanover. So Valentin works a walk. Here's Jamie Burke. And the pitch is high. What would you think would be his best weapon for righties?
Well, he can still throw the changeup. He tried it there 3-2, even though with a 13-2 lead. He tried it down and in to a righty. He can still use his changeup to righties. It's just less margin for error with a changeup from a right-handed pitcher to a right-handed batter. If you miss with it, it goes right to the barrel of the bat for a righty. It's usually up in the zone, speeds up a right-handed batter, whereas with a lefty, you can tail it off the plate, and if you miss with it, you miss outside, and usually no damage done.
2-0. And he does not have the command today that he has for most of the season. Along with David Cohn, I'm Michael Kay. You're watching Yankees baseball right here on My 9. It's been all Yankees tonight. A 3-run home run by Shelley Duncan in the second inning, and they were off and running. Then 2 in the fourth and 8 in the fifth, and that all adds up to 13, with the Mariners just scoring 2. 1 out, 1 on, and a 3-0 count on Jamie Burke here in the top of the 9th inning. And he lays that one in there for a strike. It seems, though, that like pitchers are throwing the changeup more to like batters than they have in the past.
You are seeing more of that, and it can be very effective, but except with 2 strikes. In order to give a right-handed batter a different look from a right-handed pitcher. It'd be nice if he can come up with a little slider. I know he's got one. He's shown it here and there.
Why is it bad with 2 strikes?
Well, there's just not a lot of margin for error. You can throw it down and in, or you try to get it down and away.
Tries to come inside with the fastball.
Struggling with this command. Certainly can still be very effective. You can still throw your changeup with 2 strikes and try to finish a right-handed batter. As we see him here trying to go down and away and just kind of flying open and missing up and in. Kind of a classic case when you see the catcher set up down and away for a fastball and you miss up and in. It's just a classic case of rushing.
And in layman's terms, why it's difficult to throw to the like batter. The changeup from a right-hander to a left-handed batter will move low and away. So you have room to make a mistake. To a right-hander, it's going down and in. And if you leave it kind of out over the plate, you're going to get crushed.
Yeah, that's what I mean by there's less margin for error. If you try to start it off the plate or away and you miss over the middle, you're going right to the barrel of the bat. Well, the idea of pitching is to have your pitches move away from the barrel of the bat or off of the corners.
Now, would you throw it inside then? So if you miss, it hits him rather than coming out over the plate?
Well, there was a classic case there. First pitch changeup right there, and he missed down with it. It looked like a fastball away, and he's got some tilt to it. It does kind of. It's a circle change and not necessarily a straight change. He gets a little action on it and it moves downward. But it was right over the heart of the plate. So if you don't get that downward movement, you're right to the barrel of the bat.
Count 0-2.
His kind of delivery lends itself to more of a 2-seam changeup type pitcher. He doesn't really turn his body or his leg kick like we saw with Bedard, the pitcher of the Mariners earlier. He's got kind of an abbreviated leg kick and then almost a step right towards home plate. He doesn't get a lot of turn with his hips, which allows him to get inside the ball and throw changeups.
He throws a changeup right there, and Betancourt down on strikes, 2 away.
We'll see here as Muller's trying to set up more in. As you see, this is the speed. It's not the location. That's right down the middle. And great arm action, great speed. I'm sure he probably would have liked to have missed down. You see that circle grip. That's the speed that Betancourt gets fooled with there, not necessarily the location.
Here's Willie Bloomquist. I was wondering that even if he leaves the ball in a bad spot and he's throwing it 72 miles an hour, is the batter really going to be able to square it?
Well, the good ones are. Yeah, I mean, the good ones, and the more you see him, he's in a 1-inning role right here. The more changeups you throw, the more you get a chance to see this guy, the more you can sit on a pitch. As a reliever, he can get away with 2 pitches, fastball, changeup. He's not necessarily a strikeout type pitcher.
Bringing back some photo memories back to the ship. So far, it's all been all Yankees, 13-2. 1-1. And Seattle down to its final strike. Most of the crowd of 52,005 have headed home. A few remain to view the final out. First and second, 2 outs. The 1-2. Bloomquist takes. It's 2-2. And the pitch. Nub foul. Andy Pettitte started, went 6 innings. He's going to pick up his first victory here at Yankee Stadium this year. And it'll be his 205th of his career. Joe Girardi watched this one on television. He was suspended for kicking dirt on home plate umpire Chris Guccione in the 9th inning last night. So far, it's been a good watch for him. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. That'll do it. Bloomquist down on strikes, and the Yankees win 13-2 in the 9th inning for Seattle. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 walks, and 2 men left. And Edouard Ramirez throws that changeup. This one in the dirt, and Bloomquist can only swing and miss, and then he's tagged out by Chad Moeller to end the game. So it's been all Yankees all night. Shelley Duncan started it with that 3-run home run, and then the Yankees added 2 in the 4th and exploded for 8 runs in the 5th inning, knocking out Eric Bedard. Another good game for Jason Giambi, and the Yankee offense pounds out 13 hits. More to come here on My 9. Yankees win 13-2.